Good Tuesday morning, everybody. John and Lance along with Dell for the next 3 hours here on ESPN 97.5. And I got to tell you, that was one of the best games that I have seen in a long, long time.
Yep.
I mean, it was a shame. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose. But in the end, the Twins pulled it out 6-3. It was.
You're going there.
Okay, it was one of the great games.
Once we had the rain delay, I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. Oklahoma City, full time.
Did they have a rain delay? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, had a good, strong rain delay. Found out that Billy Wagner got into the Hall of Fame, his journey to the Hall of Fame. So
I didn't know any of
yeah, we watched
happened.
the Journey to the Hall of Fame, and, we didn't watch it.
No.
We've seen it before. So.
I want to tell you, that was a great game. Great game. Wemby.
Okay, so we're on basketball. I was making sure.
Well, that was the real game. That was on.
I mean, actually, that was actually a pretty strong performance for Imai.
Yeah.
For him, that was actually
for him.
pretty strong.
Well, he did give up 3. I mean.
No, I did.
And then there was some guy named Jaden Murray or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't.
Yeah,
really.
he pitched yesterday too.
Did he? Well, he pitched and got slapped around in an inning and a third. Mm-hmm. So, so that happened. But I want to tell you, Wemby's 3 to tie it in overtime I was like, are you kidding me? You're taking what? Knocking that down.
Ridiculous.
We want
it's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen an NBA player, ridiculously unexpected and incredible. A 7'4" center shooting a 32-foot 3
to tie
from the logo to tie the game. Was that in overtime 1? He did it in overtime 1.
That was in overtime 1.
Or was that regulation? Yeah, overtime 1.
There were so many moments. I didn't understand. Okay, first of all, it worked. Mitch Johnson just said, I'm going to let Caruso beat us. Shea is not beating us. Shea is not beating us. Mm-hmm. We're going to do everything. We're going to let Caruso beat us, and he almost did. Caruso's incredible.
Fantastic.
I mean, but they left him open the whole game. If you're open at 3 on the 3-point line all game long, there's a reason. It's because they're letting you be open on the 3-point line.
They should have gotten beat though. Caruso made a ton of plays in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They should have gotten beat, and they couldn't close in large part because Wemby.
Wemby. Well, yeah.
Stephon Castle. Castle was, and Harper.
Yeah.
Like those dudes, man. The Rockets we're still so far behind both of those teams.
Oh my God.
So
they did it without De'Aaron Fox. I mean,
they didn't even miss him.
Holy crap. But you know what? They've got a type. Castle and Vassell and Champagny.
What, a good type?
I mean, they're all Johnson. They're all the same guy.
They're all longer, mid-size athletic guys who can get to the basket and finish.
They definitely have a type. It's like that girl that just has a type.
A good type.
A good type. Yeah. I mean, they are that is so fun to they are so Wemby is incredible. I mean, it's not even listen, and that was the night. This was a lot like the dream against David Robinson when he picked up his MVP.
That's what I said last night on Twitter too.
Yeah.
I said the SGA got dreamed.
Yep, he sure
by
did.
Wemby.
It was a lot like that. It was Wemby. Only Wemby might have been better than the dream was that night. Holy crap! The stats.
His stats were good. He went double overtime. Dream beat the brakes off David Robinson.
Yeah. Well, they still needed. It was the dream was. I was there. I was in that building. It was. It was incredible. It was incredible. And but Wemby was incredible last night. There were so many plays. How do you though? Okay, play after play. The game it's a 2-point game. They've got Chet in the corner. And they just let Shea drive to the basket, and Wemby didn't even come over and backside help. I know they don't want I guess they didn't want Chet. Just don't leave Chet because we don't want him hitting a 3 to beat us, I guess. But to give up that layup to Shea, I thought, man, with no help at all, zero help. Mm-hmm. I guess they decided, you know what, we'll give up the 2, but we ain't giving up a 3. I guess that was what Mitch Johnson said. Do not leave your guy on a 3-point line. Do not do it. and they let Shea just walk in and lay it in, I thought that was a little nuts, but there was play after play after play and I thought the refs did a pretty good job. They let him play a lot.
They did. I mean, what a dumb. Okay, first of all, getting through all this, the first quarter, you knew, watching them go back and forth, it was like, holy crap, this is just different. This looks different. I mean, the attack mode, the finishing, the execution, it just looked completely different. And it continued on, and then the Spurs really took over in the second quarter, and and it was a weird halftime because Carmelo Anthony, Maria Taylor, and Tracy McGrady were sitting there, and they led off with, well, we got to say, kind of like we talked about before, is Chet Holmgren's got to play better, and I'm not aware of the stats at this particular time. I'm not completely aware of what the statistics are for each player. I've been watching all the first quarter. Then I tried to watch Astros. Then I went on a walk with my wife. Forgot to pause the game, so I missed a lot of the second quarter. And so we get in, and they're just really down on Chet. Like, man, Chet, he's got one basket at half, and Chet is really got on, man. I'm like, man, Chet, oh, crap. They got to do something with Chet. And then they just kind of, and then just Maria Taylor brings up, but also SGA only has 4 points at the half. I'm like, what? Chet's the big problem?
Yeah.
The MVP has 4 on 5 shots at the half, and you guys just spent about 7 minutes on Chet Holmgren?
Yeah.
I'm like, are we – and they go, yeah, I'm not worried about him. He's just feeling out the game. Both he and Tracy are like, he's just feeling out the game right now. I'm like, there is no other star that would ever – I have never seen anything where they said, the real problem is Chet. Don't worry about the MVP with 4 points at half who's feeling out the game. Like, what? This is game 1 of the NBA Finals, basically. It's basically the NBA Finals for I don't care how good the Knicks are playing. And the Knicks are going to smash through. They're going to win that side of it. But I was like, no, SGA's, that's the problem. Yeah. 4 points for your MVP is not the problem. Chet Holmgren is? No. That's actually not it.
Listen, he put up some points in the fourth and then in overtimes, but if you just came down from Mars and you watched that game, he would have been maybe, if you said, who's the MVP of the league?
Oh,
he might have been the 5th guy you said.
Yeah, I mean, Castle would have been ahead of him. Maybe Dylan Harper, Wemby, Caruso. You'd say, is it that guy with the headband?
Yeah, Jalen Williams.
The good one.
He was.
By the way, we are going to have a problem moving forward with Jalen Williams. And I'm just saying the name Jalen Williams. I don't know. I think you do know, John, how many Jalens there are now in the world.
Too many Jalens.
The name Jalen has completely taken over. There's multiple spellings of it. But we have so many Jalens, and Williams is a very predominant last name. We are going to be inundated with different Jalen Williams.
Did Jalen Rose really start that?
Yeah.
Jalen Rose really started that, didn't he? Because
they looked at they did a whole article on. They looked at baby names, and there wasn't Jalen's.
No Jalen's until
it was not a national name, and then Fab Five, and then after that, it's now everyone's naming them after Jalen Green and Jalen Noel. So we'll see what happens.
Yep. So that was just. I got to tell you, I'm an OKC hater. I really am. I was rooting so hard, and I don't like San Antonio because of. I like them more. I like Wemby. I like watching Wemby. But, obviously we can't be San Antonio fans because, Rockets and all that. But I was rooting hard for him. I just don't like Shea. I'm sorry. The flopping and the foul baiting and all of the stuff that he does. And
it's really been a turnoff.
It really is. It really is. And Chet holding his eye. He didn't even get hit in the eye. Chet's holding his eye.
It's
my
just
eye.
This generation of basketball
it's
is
so
sad.
bad.
It's not a bad product. There are some very good players and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But the idea that you have to sell everything to get a foul. James has actually gotten worse over the years. It is this brand of basketball that we have where everything is selling a soccer call.
Yeah.
It is just it's just a real turnoff. It's a real turnoff, and I'm not going to go so far as to say people are going to stop watching, but it really does have an impact on your overall enjoyment of certain games. I didn't see a ton of it yesterday relative to what I'm used to seeing. But,
No.
but you're still going to see it. Yeah, you're still going to see it.
Shea didn't put on
It's
his
just weird
act.
for your best player in your entire generation, LeBron James, to be one of the biggest floppers.
Yeah, the worst.
One of the worst because he doesn't do it well. Like, he's a bad actor. He tries to sell things that are not sellable, and it makes it look worse.
And then when you watch it on replay in slow motion, it's not even
it looks
and
terrible.
It's just awful. I can't help it, but every time I see Chet, I think of your Mason or
I don't know why you think of. Mason's
I don't know.
not
They're
really
tall and no arms.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
You're not thinking Sebastian. He's at the gym.
No, not Sebastian.
I'm
rooting for him though. That's the only one I root. I kind of like Chet. I just can't stand Shea.
I don't know why. At one point, Jalen Williams hit that three to take a 1-point lead, like 105-104, and I said yes. And then I turned to my wife, and she's, I don't know, reading a book or whatever. And I said, I'm not sure why I just started. Why? I think I'm cheering for Oklahoma City. I don't know what this is.
No.
I honestly didn't. I don't have a. Now, I did say on this show after they rolled through the last round that I thought the Spurs could beat Oklahoma City, and I do believe the Spurs
they
can
beat them 4-5.
Yeah, I mean it was it's a bad matchup. Yeah. It's a bad matchup for Oklahoma City, obviously,
and all because of Wemby. He is.
Well, he's a large part of it, but
listen,
I mean there are other guys that are stepping up though.
There must be a bunch of you out there that didn't watch the game last night. This is must watch. This is really must watch.
It really is.
It really is.
I told my wife, I'm not, I've missed a lot of playoff games this year. I ain't missing a game in this series.
No, can't miss this. That was as good.
Coaching is good.
As good a game, as intense and as
intensity.
Back and forth.
You'll see some defense
fun.
too. You see clutch play.
Yeah.
You got a little glue guy out there running around who's a good Aggie.
Yeah, he's a good Aggie.
You got an Aggie out there.
Yeah.
Running around
and he's bald and he's got a headband.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not what you usually see from Aggies.
No.
That's not a typical Aggie look.
No, but you should be proud, Ags.
Yeah, Ags, you had one who, frankly, should have been the hero of the game. They finished the game out.
He was the second best player on the floor.
But
I don't know that you can. I don't know. You know what? I don't know that he's going to knock him down. I know that the plan was that we were not letting Shea beat us. Let's let Caruso beat us. But you know what? He almost did. And I'm not sure he can continue to shoot the way he shot. But if he keeps shooting like that, and Shea got away in the fourth quarter a little bit with Shea, then it's going to be tougher for San Antonio. I mean, and you didn't even have De'Aaron Fox. You didn't have your second best player on the floor.
Right.
That's incredible.
Right.
Incredible.
Well, if you watch a game and you've got a comment, certainly join us at any time because so I just got a cassette tape player, John, and I was listening to some of our old shows because I'm gonna pull some of that onto an MP3, so I have that. I've waited forever, especially our Lima, where we had I've got 2 full hours of us with Lima. And so I'm going to pull it into MP3. And as I was listening to some of our shows from way back in the day, way back. And we were talking about, I think we were talking about a basketball game or something. And you could hear us with the same type of energy and excitement based on like what we watched yesterday.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of feeling where we were, and then you had callers. I heard KJ. I didn't remember KJ was a caller to 610. Mike and Derry Ashford, this guy named Terrence. Not the Terrence that we knew, but a different Terrence. So it used to be we had a lot of callers. Everyone had an opinion, wanted to jump in. We'd let you sit on and give your opinion. You can do the same thing now, 713-780-3776. Or if you want to talk about that Astros game, that's also out there.
No,
that's also
welcome.
out there.
You're welcome to get in here.
Yeah, Jeremy Pena made it back.
Jeremy Pena did make it back.
Jeremy Pena was back.
So that was awesome. He's
a
double-A call-up. We got another double-A call-up.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That is awesome. 713-780-3776. That's the number to call in and hang out with us here on the show. If you watch the game, come on in. Give us your thoughts on that game last night. 713-780-3776.
It's John and Lance.
On ESPN 97.5 and 97.9 HD2.
Live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
Welcome back here on ESPN 97.5, 737-880-3776. We ask for calls. Come on in, 713-780-3776. Chris in the Woodlands wants to get in early. What do you say, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? Love the show. Hey, Lance, you said something a minute ago that you find yourself rooting for Jalen Williams shooting the three. And I was going to say, I kind of find myself doing the same thing. I wanted to see if this was your reason. My reason is I can be okay saying that Oklahoma City went back-to-back because they built a good team. I struggle with saying that the Spurs are good because then I have to admit that they passed up my Rockets over the past couple drafts. And it kind of makes me take a look at myself and be like, man, we're not going to be first again for a really long time because of Wemby and Castle and those guys. So I find myself rooting for OKC only because I know they built something good 4 or 5 years ago, and now they're just going to be on a run for a while. But the Spurs makes me have to self-admit that they've beat us in draft classes the past few years, and that just kind of sucks, and I hate the Spurs ever since the team and Robinson, those guys. I didn't know if that was your reasoning behind it or if you might expand on that a little bit.
I don't know that you have to self-evaluate. Like, what did Chris do to have the Spurs jump us? I don't know. I've got to look at myself in the mirror here. There's nothing you can do. It happened. There's nothing. No amount of old-ass players is going to fix this. Young, athletic, explosive always beats aging players. Always. It doesn't. You can add another 30-something-year-old star and subtract young players, and it isn't going to matter. Put your Giannis on there. You just have more injuries. That's all it is.
Well, they have Wemby, and you don't. If you put Alpi in Wemby's place, they're not there.
Yeah.
They're just not. They've got Wemby, and no one else does. And
there's no question that's how they jumped up fast, but they got good talent.
They do.
Like they got good players.
They've done a hell of a job.
So does Oklahoma City, super deep.
And Castle and Vassell and Johnson. They're all, it seems like they're all the same guy. They are just they did a great job. San Antonio has been a great organization. So, with their 5 titles with Pop, we've got dynasties. We've got the Patriots. We've got the Spurs. The Spurs over a 20-year period was winning. They were winning. What was it, 15 years that they won 5 titles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was it that many titles?
I think it was 15 years. And New England lasted almost 20 years, right?
Yeah, New England was.
They are mirror organizations. We don't have anything now. We got the Dodgers because they bought it, but they weren't great for. This is just the start of what the Dodgers are doing.
Right.
We had the Astros for 10 years. We've had the Chiefs but as far as dynasties go, this is the longevity, and now here we are again with the Spurs being good not that long after. They went through, and every organization this is with the Astros lull right now. If they're a great organization, they're going to be able to pick it up, and find a way to start winning again at the highest level. They're not there right now. They're in their lull. San Antonio got to their lull, but, they got – how about their number 1 overall pick was David Robinson. Then it was Tim Duncan, and now it's Victor Wembanyama. When the Texans have the number 1 overall pick, they get David Carr, Jadeveon Clowney, and who else did it? Have they had 2 or 3? How many were number 1 overall picks?
3.
Who was the third one?
No. It was
2.
Just 2. Yeah, just
2. How unlucky. Michael Vick was the year before, and you got David.
He went to prison, though.
That's okay. He might not have. He might have loved dogs. If he came to Houston, he would have loved dogs. We love dogs.
Lance McCullers wasn't here then.
Well,
you know who else was in that draft class who you could have had the year before? Drew Brees, first pick of the second round.
First pick of the second round.
Yeah, Drew Brees was first pick of the second round.
I get that. Yeah.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Listen,
no, we've had some. Look, there have everyone's this, and this is why, and this, ladies and gentlemen, is why teams try to suck. Because if you get a really good player, it can change your fortunes very, very quickly. It can just change your fortunes very, very quickly. And if you have a chance, now look, Wemby's on a different level. Wemby is a truly generational player. The phrase is he is going to win a minimum of 4 MVPs. unless he gets leg injuries. They're already being smart with his minutes. Like, they were making a big deal on the broadcast. It's the first time he hit 40 minutes the entire season. Kevin Durant was pissed his 40-minute games. He's like, big deal anyway.
Oh, we had Mario, too.
Games.
We had Mario.
Oh, yeah,
That's the
Mario
number one.
Williams, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had a lot of them cranked up there, didn't we?
I mean, we had.
Yeah, no, none of them were.
I mean-
now, obviously, there were better players in each of those drafts that you could have had that were Hall of Famers, but the Mario draft, there's really nothing you could do. Is Mario, Vince?
Same with David Carr.
Reggie.
You have to start an organization. You're
Yeah.
going to take a quarterback.
Can't start with the Julius Peppers
No.
Hall of Famer, but
No, you can't start with a Hall of Famer.
no, you don't want to start it off like that. That's not the way. You don't want to start it off with a Khalil Mack or a Aaron Donald and Jadeveon Clowney's. Not that anyone would have picked those guys. Totally understandable. I'm not picking it. Bill O'Brien and them for picking Jadeveon. That was going to be the pick. That's just the way it was. Unless they traded the pick. Would have been sweet if they traded that pick and chose Aaron Donald.
I just saw something today with it had Merrill Hodge up the board, and it said, "Yep, Merrill Hodge said Khalil Mack is going to be better than Jadeveon, and Johnny Manziel is going to be a 0." I guess Merrill Hodge knows what he's doing.
He had a good 14 draft. Now, he's had some bad ones, too. No one ever shows those highlights. I saw somebody pick out those highlights.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You're going to hit some and miss some, no matter who you are. But
he got ostracized for talking about Johnny.
Well, and that's why the juice isn't worth the squeeze. We had this conversation.
Yeah.
You can, no matter what, if you say something strong like that and you end up being right, maybe a clip will go viral years, 10 years from now. What good does that do when everyone's just called you a clown and an idiot for the last, for 2 full years, and no one, how many people see the initial take that is not popular? A ton. You know how many go back and notice that you hit it right? A fraction. A fraction. You're just known, and Daniel Jeremiah and I talked about it. He's like, you're just known. If you say something that's too strong, you're known as the idiot, and no one goes back and says, boy, he was right. Maybe eventually a few will, but that doesn't gain traction. And no one really cares what you said, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Not really. I mean, a much, much smaller percentage. So it's almost like you just have people just going along with. They don't want to rock the boat because they'll be called idiots.
Well, that's when nothing gets done. We would not have airplanes today if nobody rocked the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
I
and
know.
said, you know what? I'm going to be different. Okay?
But what's your favorite thing that you see Merrill Hodge on right now? Nothing. Because he's off.
He's off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he's off.
Yep.
So, yeah, you lose your job, but you know what? You were right.
Yeah, well.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Juice and worth the squeeze. You take all the grief. I took grief just for having Shedeur Sanders too low in the first round. I was an idiot. Deion Sanders called me an idiot.
Well,
all the Shedeur stands. Then when I dropped him out of the first round, there was I'm not sure there was a fatwa on me from all of the Colorado fans, and then whatever, he went in the 5th round and no one said a thing. I'm just like, and all I said was, people in the league are saying he's going later than that. They don't care. You're an idiot. Clown face emoji. And then when it happens, they don't go, oh, you know what? Lance was right on that one. I was surprised. He
Where
said
is
that he
he
wasn't
now,
going in
though?
the first round.
Where is he now?
He's on .com. They never promote his scouting reports. Not even on the front page of the NFL.com. You have to search high and low to find his scouting reports.
Wow.
That's what they must have said.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said.
Des says Montreal and Buffalo went into overtime as well. I turned it off when it was Montreal 2-0. I was like, Buffalo, you didn't show up.
I need to watch some hockey, but I'm not on this. I
couldn't because I was in a bar, so I couldn't tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn off this Spurs Oklahoma City game.
Yeah.
For
to
what?
watch. Yeah.
That was a good game.
Yeah, especially here. They ain't doing that. They ain't doing that here. No. I mean,
you got hockey there.
That was some kind of fun. That was some kind of fun last night. 713-780-3776 if you want to get in. You know who else is fun is Billy Brown. He really is fun. I don't know if you guys know Billy at all. If you do know him, he's nuts, okay? But you know what? He was nuts too. Just like we said, if we wouldn't have airplanes, your toilets would be clogged today if it wasn't for Billy Brown. And what he sacrificed in his life to make sure that everybody's toilet flush is right. Okay? That's what Billy does.
Mm-hmm.
Billy has given up his life for you and your toilets, okay? So that your poop goes down. That's what Billy Brown has done. And the sacrifice is real, all right? The struggle is real. And yet, here Billy is. He created a business that makes sure that the Brown goes down, okay? And that's why we should appreciate maybe a statue. Maybe a statue of Billy. Maybe.
I don't know. I know he wins. I know he wins. I know he defeats the problems. I know that when there's leaks, he gets it fixed. When there's repipes that need to be done under your slab or outside of the slab, like I had to have done, he can do that for you. They can move gas lines when it needs to be moved around. I mean,
yeah,
that's what plumbers do.
If you put in a gas barbecue, yeah. Billy's got to be out there. So you're looking for a plumber, there's one place to go. All right, let's go. 281-488-6238 or aqueductplumbingcompany.com. We need a statue.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, it's John and Lance.
On ESPN 97.5 and 97.9 HD2.
Now here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back. 713-780-3776. And Stafford is here, so let's get – and again, we're going to get you in right away. So anybody who calls in, Stafford wants to get in and talk a little Rockets. I don't know what the Rockets have to do with this, but okay. What's up, Stafford?
Hey, good morning. I tell you what the Rockets have to do with this. Every time I watch San Antonio and Oklahoma City, I throw up in my mouth thinking that we gave up so much for Kevin Durant. But we stuck with him. It is what it is. Trading them will look like we failed, and they're not going to want to look like they failed. So, the Rockets, seeing this model with that Oklahoma City and San Antonio have done, the Rockets got 2 first-round picks next year. So, the draft, I'm not seeing any hype about this next draft. I know Lance is an NFL draft expert. Do we know what the next year's draft looking like? Because one of those picks is Brooklyn pick. We could end up with the number 1 overall pick. I think that's highly likely. But I just see all these things. I know y'all were talking about Giannis earlier. Like, the Rockets can't afford to do that. Like, gut the team for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm
thanks.
ranting and whining, but I'll hang up and listen.
So the Rockets, this is he talking about this draft or next year's draft? He's talking about 27. I don't know that class. He's talking about next year's class with the Rockets having the Nets pick. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything on that one, so I don't know. Hopefully somebody comes over from France who's really tall.
Well, do you think you're going to get a 7'4" Frenchie again?
I want more Wemby and less SARS. I don't want a SARS type. I don't want I know SARS isn't French. Where's SARS from? Who's the Frenchie that was in that draft?
Yeah, we don't know.
Remember, there was 2 foreign players.
You're talking about Ricochet.
Yeah, I don't want him either.
Sar is
He's
better.
actually okay.
He's
Yeah,
okay,
Ricochet's
but Ricochet
terrible.
is out of the rotation.
Wrong Frenchie to get. Hopefully somebody comes from a different country.
And Sar is
that's really
French,
good.
too.
Let's see. The best players, Giannis, Wemby, Jokic, an SGA. Canadian. So you got Greek,
Serbian.
Serbian.
Greek.
I'm trying to stay in the order.
It's been
Canadian, and that's not the right order. And then a Frenchie. So you got Greek, a Frenchie, a Canadian, and a Serbian are the 4 best players in the league right now.
and
Right?
a Slovenian's
Am I right?
not that far behind.
Oh, Luka.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was hurt. And Luka. 5 best players didn't come from our country. Although we kind of claim SGA.
No.
He stole our culture.
What?
Yeah, it's our culture.
Yeah.
He uses
he's
our culture.
appropriating.
He's appropriating American culture.
I got a question for you. If SGA looked like a standard hockey player, would you be saying that?
No, not as much.
Yeah, I didn't think so. If he looked like someone who played for the Buffalo Sabres, would you be saying
What
that?
does Sabre players look like?
White
Bill?
guys.
Oh.
You think I would dodge that?
That you dance around
I
that
don't know
a little
who
bit.
you talking to. You think I'm dodging that?
I thought you might try to play the game a little bit.
If the Canadian best player at least voted, saw how Wemby thought about that, was white, would you be saying he was stealing our culture?
Say he's invited to the barbecue.
Okay.
Okay?
Depends on the haircut.
Right. Yeah. Tyler Hero's faded. He's got
He's invited to the barbecue.
He's invited.
Yeah. Luke Cornett, maybe not so much.
It is crazy. It is crazy how the top 5 players, like, am I missing a U.S.-born player in there?
No, the last one. Oh, you mean as far as the best player in the world?
Yeah.
No.
I think those are actually the top 5.
The best U.S. players at this point, besides Anthony Edwards, are all like dudes who were worried about when they're going to retire.
Well,
Cade, you can throw Cade in there. You can throw Anthony Edwards, but for the most part.
Cade and Anthony Edwards would be the young bucks. And you have LeBron and KD are the oldsters.
And Steph.
And Steph, yeah. Those are the oldsters.
We are where we are. We let the game go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, Jordan and the Dream Team, frankly, had that impact. And then eventually it was going to bear fruit on the world, yeah.
And frankly, the Dream Team.
And now what are we doing here in football? We're out there trying to put it in Brazil and Georgia.
And you're worried about
Germany,
Brazilians coming over?
Before you know it, it's going to be Germans and Brazilians and the English. We're going to have time for tea and crumpets before games.
Well, we were stealing and the Dream
Got
Team was
games in
stealing from
Mexico,
them.
too.
Games in Mexico.
All the Mexicans are going to come over.
Yeah, steal our football jobs.
Steal football.
Okay. Yeah.
Germans coming to take our jobs on the
Sure.
offensive
They
line.
took our young.
Well,
They took our yak.
isn't a Fred Warner half Mexican? I think so.
Is he?
I believe so.
Mexican.
We got a Rodriguez in there.
Jacob, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Jacob.
I don't know. Yeah, he's Federico
it's
Anthony
in there.
Warner.
He's Frederico. We got a
You heard
Frederico
what I said.
in the league.
He's he's Mexican American.
not a
Wait,
kicker?
Frederico Antonio, because that could also be
No,
Italian.
Federico Anthony Warner. He's Mexican American from his mother's side and African and Panamanian from his father's
Okay.
side.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are
See, it's
a Mexican,
already happening. It's already
whatever
happening.
you guys
Dale.
are afraid of. We already have
This is what happens.
a
when
Mexican linebacker is the best linebacker in
This is
football.
what happened when you put Brock
who?
Osweiler in Mexico City,
Brock
and they
Osweiler?
got because he
Yeah,
also
remember
played
when
in
he
Mexico
played?
City, and they shot the green
Oh.
light in his eyes. They tried to put the laser in his eyes. You remember that,
Yep.
John? And
Yep.
that caused him to play bad that year.
But Fred Warner is a little too old. You think he was affected by that?
I think he probably reversed
He
course
was
on whatever he was
I
doing.
don't know. He was
Actually,
born,
he came out in the draft about that time.
he's from San Marcos, California, not Texas, San Marcos, California. But
Same thing.
it's not really.
Close.
Not really.
And all the
but
Germans are coming. The Austrians are
I
coming.
don't think you
This is really just going
What
to
is
be
this,
terrible.
1942?
We're going to lose all of our jobs,
Yeah.
our
They
football
took
jobs,
our
just like in
young.
basketball. Oh, Shohei Ohtani's the best baseball player. We lost that too.
Yeah,
it used to be
yep.
Mike Trout. Now what
Oh,
happened?
Yamamoto.
Yeah,
He's my
Can't
guy.
even pitch anymore.
We've already
Yeah,
got one taking
Imai,
our
we got
jobs
the
in
best.
the starting rotation. Dell.
He feels like he wants to give that job back.
In one of the great rotations in baseball.
He doesn't look like he
feels
wants
like
that
he's a
job.
captive.
Yeah, he feels like we're keeping him here.
against his will.
Yeah.
like he's keeping him against his will.
He would be more than happy
Blink
Alright.
twice if
to
you want to come
hand
back
this
to
job
Japan.
away.
All right, we got a break. We got somebody coming up on the other side right here on ESPN 97.5. We got a quick break here, and we'll talk a little gamblers who won. Went to St. Louis and won. We'll talk to somebody about that on the other side. But right now, we got GimmeTheVin.com. We're going to talk about you selling your car. John Clay Wolf loves to buy your car. John Clay Wolf gives you more for your car. John Clay Wolf loves and oh, by the way, he loves classic cars more than anything. I mean, this is if you've got a classic car. John Clay Wolf ain't letting that slip through the cracks. He is not letting somebody else get his hands on that because he loves those classics. And he's got an entire website devoted just to that, gmtvcc.com. So if you got one of those, then you want to make sure that John Clay Wolf is in on the bidding there because he will jack it up. It's what John Clay Wolf does. He will not only jack it up, but he'll buy it. He's going to get that. He will close on that deal. But you, my friends, have a regular car, and you got a regular car, and you want to get the most for it. Well, make sure that you go to GimmeTheVin.com because it's the one place that you have to go because John Clay Wolf has been given more for years and years and years now. He has built the biggest and the best car buying business in the country. I mean, he's as big as CarMax and all these other huge dealerships, maybe not as big, bigger than them because he is America's best car buyer. He gives you more all the time, and you set the market. He sets the market every single time. So there's one place you have to go if you're selling your car. GimmeTheVin.com. That's GiveMeTheVin.com.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All righty then. 713-780-3776 is the number if you'd like to get in here. 713-780-3776. Kevin Sumlin going to be joining us. He's not here yet, but we imagine he will be here shortly to talk a little bit. How about they won? They went to they went to St. Louis and won a game. St. Louis had the best record in the league, tied for the best record in the league, and they went in there. So 713-780-3776 if you want to get in with us here. Great game last night. Not the Astros game, not so much. They lost 6-3. Imai gave up 3 runs over 4 2/3, and then someone called Jaden Murray came in, and he gave up a 3 spot in an inning and a third. And the Astros bats just Jeremy Pena made his way back, which is nice to see. But the lineup is still, I mean, it just doesn't look like the Astros. It just doesn't. It just is not the same. I don't know. This reminds me a lot of 2014. It really does. You got a couple of players that are starting to ascend or a couple of guys, but then the whole thing is just...
Who are the guys ascending? Not named Spencer Arrighetti.
Who are the guys ascending?
On this team, besides who are not named Spencer Arrighetti, as far as young players are concerned.
Well, Hunter Brown is one.
Well, that guy, he's established. That's an established star pitcher.
Yes.
No questions about who that guy is. Ascending, like Arrighetti's ascending to a point that he has never been before as a player. Do we have anyone else, young guy who, maybe not Arrighetti, he's Cy Young caliber right now, but
it depends on your definition of ascending.
Guys are getting opportunities.
Jake Myers?
Jake Myers not even playing right now. Cut it out, John. Like the guys who
Jordan.
Well, stop. I was talking about this yesterday. Like, part of beyond the magic of finding pitching for this run was the young guys who were like dudes almost immediately. Like Bregman, of course, he had his long hitless streak, but he became a dude almost immediately after that. Jeremy Pena was a dude from the start. Correa, like Springer took a little bit, but he was still better than Cam Smith and Bryce Matthews. Like these guys, when they got here, pretty much from the jump, we knew these guys. Well, they're young, although they're all like 24, 25, 26, but they're young because they haven't had enough at bats. I think that's another difference between what they were and what they are now. The guys who are being brought up aren't showing themselves to be guys as quickly as the other guys did.
No. I mean, what guys? Cam Smith,
exactly.
Bryce Matthews.
DeCenzo is the guy people. Hey, Zach DeCenzo's young, right? He's like 26.
Well, Zach Cole, I think, is probably more.
And he's 25, by the way.
And more of a guy. 25 is young in baseball, though.
Yeah, but to my point again is the other guys that we talked about, the great players for these Astros were already guys by 25.
None of these guys are like when Correa or Springer.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, none of them are like that. None. And they're showing it. Look, Cam Smith, 600 OPS. Bryce Matthews, 600 OPS. You got Zach Cole, 600 OPS. Zach DeCenzo, 600 OPS. They're all, and one guy, Shoemake, is an 800 OPS guy, which is, and it's fading fast. So
he's the position
29.
player. He's a position player version of Peter Lambert.
Yeah. Yep.
It looks like they were. Looks like the MLB pipeline was always right about our minor league system.
Yeah. So far, yeah.
You got guys who come up and help out, but you don't have any dudes. None of these guys look like dudes. Not one.
Yeah, I feel like that dude just hates the Astros, though.
Keith Law, you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, if he does, he ain't wrong about the minor leags.
No, he's been saying that for years. Yeah. And look at all the guys that have come up and helped right now. Kind of. A little. Well, Yeah, I mean they need major league at bats and maybe some.
I'm just so disgusted. I'm just sitting here watching. Just the inevitable makes me. There's 3 times I've felt things were super inevitable. Watching the people who are not here now, not the people who are here now, but the people at that time who were at 15, 60, watching them run the Titanic into an iceberg, watching it happen and knowing there was nothing that could be done. So much that I had to leave to go to another station to try to help and take a massive pay cut just to try to take care of my family. It was the worst feeling in the world and ruined radio for me for 5 years. Second, watching Bill O'Brien and Jack Easterby completely destroy the Texans and watching it happen in real time and knowing there was nothing could be done about the roster, about the just everything about them, And then right now at the Astros, I've got that same feeling that we're headed to oblivion, and there's nothing I can do about it.
An iceberg. Well, let's head to the Houston Gamblers, who won on the road at St. Louis. Their head coach, Kevin Sumlin, is joining us right now on ESPN 97.5. Coach, nice win. Way to go.
Oh, appreciate it. It's probably the toughest venue. Not probably, it is the best venue, toughest venue in this league, and it was loud in there. I mean, just a great building. Forgot about it. I hadn't been in there in a long time, but to go there, I guess they hadn't lost a game at home since early last season. So it's a big win for us to keep us alive, and we're still, the way this league is now, we're still got a chance to get in the playoffs.
So last week you put up all the numbers and lost. This week they put up the numbers and lost. I mean, listen, it's better to win even if you don't put up your huge numbers, right?
Yeah, that's the name of the game, And the story is, we threw a pick six last week, and they threw one to us this week. So that's like I said beforehand. In this league, where that clock runs, that's not one turnover. That's 2, because it's a score and a possession, and it's just it's tough to overcome because of the clock rules.
Yeah, no, I mean, how great is it? And on the other side, when you were watching yours last week, and then to see it,
exactly.
and then to get it is like, yeah, team, yeah, nice.
Yeah, and it was cool because, in a building like that, when you have something like that happen, it kind of quiets the crowd down, and we jumped out to an early lead, and the pressure was on them to try to do some things to get back, and you kind of try to take you're trying to take the crowd out of the thing, but it's a big win for us, keeps us alive. But now we come back for the second time in a row. We play the same team this weekend, but we're at home, and it's going to be great atmosphere. It's that we're looking for Sunday night. Jim Kelly bobblehead night. How about that? A little bit different. There's a bunch of number 12 jerseys. So a lot of things going on, and I think it's a great opportunity for us to keep our playoff hopes alive, and particularly being at home.
Coach, when you have injuries, where are players coming from?
Well, if you have injuries coming from all over the place, we've got like for instance, I know that like last week the Browns cut Sal Cannella, who's been in this league, goes back and forth between this league and the NFL, and then because of an injury to St. Louis's tight end, they signed him yesterday. So there's one of your answers, right? Those guys that have just been released that still want to get some tape, still want to do some things and do that. There's that. Then there's guys that are, that have been in arena football, that are moving up the food chain, so to speak. So these guys are out there, and you still got some free agents, and there's also another group of guys who may or may not, who did not get drafted, and there were a couple of those types of guys that were, you're back to recruiting between signing a free agent deal and or coming here. and playing. And then so it's no different than the beginning of the year, Lance, when a bunch of guys like Cropper and those guys where I have to talk to them because the NFL futures deal, there's no guarantee, right? You're not making any money on a futures deal.
Right.
So you come here and you get taped, and then now after this season, then you're back on. You still have time to get back on the roster and do that. So there's a variety of ways for these guys to get back in here, but those are the top three.
Yeah. Kevin Sumlin with us here. Sunday, 6 o'clock, St. Louis Battlehawks, a rematch. You don't see this too often, but you see it here. A rematch from last week's game with the Gamblers going there and winning. And St. Louis is going to come here. Now you know each other. I will say this, Coach. You gave up yards, but you guys sure did stiffen when it came to red zone, right?
Yep. It was a pretty good defense, it's gotten better. And, one thing that I get, as a coach, when you have other people say, man, you guys are playing hard, that's what you want. And in this situation, because, we're at the end of the season, our playoff hopes are still alive, but these guys are playing hard and you just got to build off of it because, I think everybody's happy. We're going to be at home. It's a little bit different travel situation. I mean, just being at home and love playing at Shell Energy. And, we got a longer week this week, too, instead of the short week. We had an extra day, so they've had a couple of days off. We're back in the office today, and then, we don't play till Sunday. So we got to get healthy this time of year. I feel pretty good about our health for where we are after 8 games, but certainly, we got to get the same kind of energy level and same kind of execution we did last week. And if we do, we'll be all right.
Yep. Playing the same team, so you know their plays. They know your plays. You can put in you want to tell us a couple trick plays you might put in this week?
No, but if you get a hold of Ricky Prohl, ask him. I'd like to know.
Okay. All right. If he's on the show, we'll ask him. Ricky, you got any trick plays for Coach this week? Let's go.
Yeah.
It's going to be Sunday, 6 o'clock, coming off the win. That was nice, real nice. And they were leading the league, as a matter of fact. They're tied for the league lead in their record. So going into that place where they don't lose, that's nice. And now it's going to be Sunday at Shell Energy Stadium, 6 o'clock. Jim Kelly bobblehead.
Former Houston Gambler.
That's where he got his start.
That's right.
That's where he became a Hall of Famer. Started his Hall of Fame career. So that's good stuff. All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. Best of luck and go kick him. Go beat him again.
All right.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate it.
Talk to you next week.
All right.
Bye-bye.
There's Coach Kevin Sumlin. This every week right here on ESPN 97.5. 713-780-3776 if you want to get in with us here on the show. Taking a break. Let's go. Hour number 2 coming your way next. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. Come on in, 713-780-3776. I saw this this morning, Lance, and what you think of this. There is a story about the Ravens and Texans discussing day 2 trade. Baltimore moving up to pick 59.
Yeah. I watched that video.
Yeah, and the Texans moving back to 80 and adding a future third. 21 spots and adding in the second round and just adding a third. I thought, okay, so Baltimore wanted to move up for center Logan Jones or Jake Slaughter, but they were gone already. The Texans ended up picking a tight end Marlon Klein.
Wait. You sure Logan Jones is gone? Because they were talking about going to the 40-something pick. He wasn't gone by then.
No, they were talking about moving up to 59. They were talking about moving up to 59 with the Texans.
But they were already at 45. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I guess so.
And they were taking a second.
Yeah.
Going to take a second one.
Yeah, it was Logan Jones and Jake Slaughter.
Yeah.
And
well, I know in the video he said they didn't think it was worth it. They didn't think it was worth it moving up. Like they ultimately the Ravens said no.
Did you watch the whole thing? Because they said, "Oh, Jones is gone. Oh, Slaughter's gone. All right, never mind."
Well, I heard what Eric DeCosta said post fact was we just didn't, we didn't think it was worth that. That would be way too high.
No. What he said was they would have lost 3 guys apparently with somebody else or something because he said, "Well, we got this guy, we got this guy, we got that guy. Let's play it. Well, we can play it." Dell's got it. I don't know. He hasn't looked at it. It's clean, Dell, so you don't have to worry about it.
Eric DeCosta doesn't drop an F-bomb.
Eric DeCosta did not drop one F-bomb. But I was just wondering, moving up 21 spots from 80 to 59, and they were talking about just losing a third rounder next year. Mm-hmm. That doesn't seem like enough compensation.
Oh, it doesn't? That seems like a ton to me.
Really?
Yeah.
A third rounder to move up 21
I'll look at the draft tech. Draft tech has the most. So what from what pick to what?
From 80 to 59.
From 80 is 190 points. Yeah, that's what Baltimore had. To the Texans, 59. That's 310 points. So that's a difference of how much did I say Baltimore's was? 190. So that's a difference of 120. So 120 points is equal to the 95th pick in the third round. So a late third is what it would. A late third is what it would be worth.
Really?
Moving that far up, yeah.
Huh. Well, I guess third rounders are valuable. Valuable.
Starters that come from the third round is usually you're going to find a lot of times your top center in the draft comes off in the third round. Starting guards come off in the third round. Starting linebackers can come off in the third round. Oh yeah, it's very valuable depending on the position you're targeting. Cornerbacks, a little less so. You usually get backups in the third round. Safeties, you can get starters. Most years, you've been able to find starters in the third round or potential starters.
Mm-hmm.
Running backs, most drafts, you find them in the third round. Wide receivers, valuable in the third round. Tackles, not so much. Guards and centers, more so, yeah.
Well,
defensive tackles, yes. Pass rushers, not as much.
Texans found Nico in the third round.
Yeah. No, third's a valuable pick. So, yeah, they didn't end up doing that. And Nick, everyone knows Nick is one of the most aggressive move up, move down guys in the draft. Sometimes I don't love it. That's just my personal opinion based on some of the players, how I see them. But he clearly wants to get the guys that he wants to get. Like I had heard that Marlon Klein was their guy at tight end for probably 6 weeks before that they love Marlon Klein. And I just said, okay. And I was told it's like maybe as early as the third round. I said, third round for Marlon Klein? Well, it turns out it wasn't even a third round. Once there was a run on tight ends, they moved them all the way into the second. So that is an interesting move because what the Texans did and what many teams and what a few teams did, I shouldn't say many, what a few teams did was they took what their normal grades would be on a player and they just elevated it up one full round. Marlon Klein's not a second rounder in other drafts. In fact, Nate Burkitcher's not a second rounder in other drafts. None of those tight ends that went in the second round, other than Eli Stowers, would have been second rounders in most drafts. But there was a run. Everyone wants to go to 12 and 13 personnel more heavily. So everyone was willing to draft a guy that they didn't have the same grade on. And I say that just because I've done this long enough to know where guys typically slot. And I watched them all. And tight ends to go in the second, you got to be a different kind of tight end to go in the first and second round. You don't typically go there. And a bunch of guys went there. So a lot of teams said, they'll sit there and tell you stay true to your draft grade. A lot of teams push players up, push a tight end up into the second round because there was a run, and that's not where they would have had him graded. So that's kind of an outlier move. That's kind of we call that an exception. You're making an exception. You better be careful doing that too often. We'll see what happens with Marlon Klein. I hope it works out with Marlon Klein.
Hall of Fame.
Texans haven't had a lot of success with their tight end moves.
Hall of Fame. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
You just don't worry about Marlon Klein. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Texans got their tight end for the next 15 years.
That's what they said about Cade Stover.
Well, nobody said that, really. I don't remember that.
Nobody is saying this except for you.
You're the only one saying this. Nick Casario's like,
even
what is
Nick
this idiot talking
Caserio wouldn't
about?
say that. I mean, the churn.
Oh, Nick Caserio doesn't think he's great? Okay.
Hall of Famer?
Hall of
No.
Fame, a tight end for the next 15 years.
No, Nick doesn't think
Nick's
that.
like
right.
Nick's like
I
5
said
years, and I'll draft another one.
I said it.
He's like, I'll draft another one in
4
5
years.
Yeah, it won't even get to a fifth year. Let this rookie
Cade
contract
Stover,
run out,
Cade
and I'll
Stover's
draft
contract,
another one.
They're not re-signing Cade Stover when he comes up. For
Yeah.
what?
For who? For what?
Go get somebody cheaper than
There'll be
him.
another Michigan tight end for Nick to draft in two
Or
2
Ohio
years.
State.
Don't
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah,
he
it
got
doesn't
his
matter.
guy. He got his guy for the next 15
He got
years.
his guy.
Yeah.
How many tight ends last more than 5 years? 15.
Not a lot. A lot of them don't even get second
Oh.
contracts.
15.
Okay. Yes, you never heard of.
Go on. Name someone ridiculous that Klein will never be. Go on.
No. Who you're going to get to a 37-year-old tight end? Start naming them off.
Yeah, Travis Kelsey.
Kelsey came out in, 13?
Is he?
Yeah.
And
So he's about a
is
13-year
Klein
tight
gonna
end.
He was at the game last night at San Francisco.
George Kittle. That
George
was Kittle.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is Klein gonna want?
George Kittle's not been in the league 15 years.
he's
well, he
not.
will be.
I wrote him up in 2016. He's got 10 years
So
in.
you're
He
looking at.
will be.
He won't make it to 15.
So you're thinking Kelsey for Klein.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is he gonna wind up getting engaged to Sabrina Carpenter too? How's this gonna go? Is it gonna be the entire
He's already
Kelsey,
got a girl.
Kelsey experience? Kelsey
He's
had a
already
girl.
got a girl.
Kelsey
Don't
had a
worry.
girl at one point too, and then he found a pop star that he preferred.
It's true. He did. He did go over the top.
Yeah. So if
Didn't
we're-
we see? Isn't she pretty strong, Marlon Klein's?
I don't know what she
Yeah,
I remember
looks
we
like.
looked her up for some reason because Dell was like, "You
No,
got to see this Instagram."
Not a chance. It was me. Not
Yeah.
a chance. Not a chance. I looked up the Michigan tight ends girl.
No. She puts a post out.
Oh yeah, she's a big she's a influencer type. She said that she was sitting at a game at Michigan, and
Yeah,
in front of her
right.
were tech guys in Texans shirts, and they were talking. They said, "Oh, are you his girlfriend?" "Yeah." "Oh, we're with the Texans," and she was talking to them, and they were there. Although honestly, usually you sit in the. Sometimes some scouts will sit in the stands. A lot of times they sit up in the press box because there's an area for NFL scouts, but. Whoever it was, I guess, was sitting in the stands in front of the family.
This is a great story, but
Yes.
I regret to inform Marlon Klein's girl, according to John, if we're following the same trajectory as Kelsey,
She's gone.
she's gone.
Okay.
At some point, he's going to wind up with
No.
Sabrina
Wes
She's a
Carpenter.
Pistons cheerleader.
Wes
Oh,
Welker
well.
Wes
So
Welker got
what?
rid of Pistons.
Who
They just
cares?
went out sad in Game 7.
Pistons cheerleader. Who cares?
Stop. She's not still a Pistons.
Yeah, she's
cheerleader, I
sad
think.
today.
She's
But
not
she was
still
putting
a
on her
Pistons
makeup,
fan.
telling us the story.
She was a cheerleader for the
Oh, it's her.
sad
Wait,
Pistons.
that's her fiance. So put some respect on her name.
Oh, they're not even married.
Oh, okay.
Woo.
An
You better hurry
engagement-
up and speed this thing up
well, I'm
before
just-
he gets too many catches.
I am not even that interested. I'm just going by your trajectory of who he's going to be. If it's true, then at some point, let's say hello to Olivia Rodrigo.
I remember when Wes Welker used to be married too, and then he started catching a lot of passes.
I don't know about that.
No, it's
I have
100%
I have
true.
no idea.
Wes started getting a lot of passes from Tom Brady. All of a sudden, my lease is over. Well, I thought it was a purchase. You were a lease. Next.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's what happened.
Wow.
Wes is
That is
vicious.
ugly,
What happened?
Ugly.
Say
Well,
it didn't
Tom
happen.
did it too.
Say it didn't happen.
Tom did it too.
Tommy did it too.
I mean,
That's a Michigan man.
Marlon Klein
That's a
is
Michigan man.
a one-woman man. Okay,
I believe
He probably
you.
is.
I believe you.
But Dell's just saying there's history there.
not with him.
I'm just going by
At the
John's
position.
trajectory. If he is what you think he
15-year
is,
tight ends rarely stay with the same person. Dell's pointing that out.
the most recent example decided, hey,
Almost 15.
I like a famous pop star.
Yeah.
And got engaged.
Yeah. Billionaire, even.
Yeah.
Probably. She's in
So,
that
I mean,
neighborhood.
I'm sure Sabrina and Olivia are on the way. So, Marlon Klein, get ready.
Wow, terrible person. I'm happy for that young couple. They're engaged.
I couldn't care less.
Okay, happy for that couple.
I hope
And here you
just
are
like
breaking them up
just like
already.
last week
I hope
about
everything actually
just
ends
like
up
last
fine.
week you brought up a couple I couldn't care less about. T's and P's. Hopefully it all goes well. And if it doesn't, I hope Marlon Klein brings Olivia to a game.
You know, we haven't really. I haven't talked about the schedule. Let's talk about the schedule on the other
Well,
side.
you
I
didn't
really
do
haven't
Yeah,
talked
you
about
never
it at
did
all.
get your chance.
I haven't talked about the schedule at all because I wasn't here on Friday. So I like it. I mean, they're starting at home for a change. With the first couple, 3 out of the first 4 games, and all very winnable games. So we'll talk about that on the other side. And listen, if you're a golfer, if you played at our tournament, you saw how great Sterling Golf is. We played on the Country Club course. That was awesome. But they also got the Houston National Golf Club. It's a link-style course designed by Robert Von Hagee. It's got one of the most unique layouts in Houston. They also feature a lighted driving range and their back deck bar and grill. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool when you play golf and you got a back deck bar and grill right there, partying right after the round. A fun golf course. You can tee it up at the golf club at Texas A&M as well. It's really, really cool track. It's ranked among the top public courses in Texas. And if you want to plan a golf getaway, Cypress Bend Golf Club in Manny, Louisiana. It's along the Toledo Bend Lake. You can fish. You stay there right on the property. Stay and play packages available. You can fish. You can play golf. I mean, it's a perfect guy's getaway place. 3 incredible courses, 1 standard. Visit Sterling Golf. That's Sterling with a G. SterlingGolf.com. SterlingGolf.com. Book your next round today.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back. Talk a little Texans. I haven't talked about the schedule, and I'm just looking. The Bills. You start with the Bills. Does the Josh Allen jinx? I mean, does it translate into the first game of this year? Does it? I mean, he just can't play here. He just can't play here.
I hope it translates. When we talked about it, I'm glad you get Josh Allen and Joe Burrow 1-2 because, and you have them at home, but also usually the offenses take a little longer to click and to get into a groove because quarterbacks just don't get. I mean, offenses just don't get many reps anymore in preseason. They just don't. And so now they do have the practices with teams, sometimes the organized practices, which kind of helps. But I would rather get those quarterbacks in week 1 and 2 than weeks 4 and 5.
Yeah, okay, I get that. I think the Bengals are going to have a problem here anyway with their offensive line. I think that it's going to be bad for Joe. The bad news is I wouldn't mind the Bengals later in the season because Joe might not be there by then. So Joe is definitely going to be there week 2, so that'll be a problem. Yeah, you're right. But the Bills' offense might not be clicking yet, but the Texans' offense might not be clicking yet either. So, but that's all. This is a bad place for Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
So
always has been.
Yep. Then I like the Texans in both of those. I don't. They got us to such a crap start last year. It's so much to make up.
Right.
This is nice to have 2 home games right away, and listen, I think both of these games are the Texans. What are they? Are they favored?
Yeah,
they're favored in both. Of them.
I don't. You know what? I haven't seen. I'll have to check. I haven't seen.
I saw something where I
have to see if I can find it week by week. I saw it hasn't come out for. I saw NFC East came out. I have not seen.
I saw it. I'll have to look for it, but
they will be favored, but versus both teams.
Yeah.
Versus
At
the
Bills, Colts
versus the Bills, I think the Texans will be favored by about 4.
Ooh, I don't think that much.
Why not?
I've already seen it. I don't think it's that much. I think it's a point and a half or something.
Okay, let me put it this way: how much on a neutral field? Who's the better team?
On a neutral field,
yeah,
the Bills probably.
Why? The Bills against the Texans?
Just Josh Allen.
Okay, I mean he sucks against the Texans, but
yeah, right.
That's fine.
Right. Well, he sucks in this building.
I think on a neutral field, I might make the Texans with their elite defense. The changes they made offensively, I'd make the Texans a 1-point favorite.
But a lot of people don't look at the Texans offensively like we do.
Well, they don't have to.
They still think it's the worst offensive line.
They don't have to, but I think you're going to have the defense. All they did from that Buffalo game forward, all they did they were elite. I mean, they were a talking point for everyone. A 4-point favorite just means the Texans would be 1 point and an open would be a 1-point favorite in a half point to a 1-point favorite in a neutral field. I don't think that's that outrageous. And in Buffalo, you'd have the Bills would be a 2-point favorite. I don't think that feels outrageous. 2, maybe 2.5.
Yeah.
The Bengals, the Texans should be a good, solid 6-point favorite over the Bengals. Bengals have been an atrocity defensively. They've got 11 new players in their 2 deep. They're going to have 8 new starters on defense. A lot of them aren't really even that good. They're just different. They're free agents. Joe Burrow has not been consistent. The offense hasn't been as good, and that O-line is going to have to take on the Texans' defensive line. Texans should be at least a 6-point favorite against the Bengals.
Okay,
we got to just keep giving the Bengals this respect for what?
Okay, I'm looking at Texans commenter.
Mm-hmm.
He posted all the lines. The Texans are plus 1.5 in week 1.
I'd be shocked. As a matter of fact, I'll take that and put house on it. I mean, that's the Texans are going to be a favorite, and
people
more than
look
2.
at Buffalo and Houston differently than we do.
Well, gamblers. You think the gamblers, the people who actually bet on the lines,
I think if you put out a line that Texans favored by 4, they would be bombarded with Buffalo.
Guess
money.
what's about to happen to them if you put out Texans plus 1 at home? after what they've done to Josh Allen. You let it off talking about what they've done to Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Go ahead and put +1 and watch how much money you lose, Vegas.
Right. Well, I don't.
You'll get the brakes beaten off of you and your sisters. Try to put +1 up there.
Bengals Texans -2.5.
He's ridiculous. Wait until game time. You that means you think the Bengals. That means Vegas has the Bengals as a higher. Where are these coming from?
Texans commenter.
No, I understand. Where did he get them from?
I don't know where he got them. I have no idea.
Okay, then I'd be careful with all these lines because Bengals the Texans 2.5 means the Bengals would be the favorite in a neutral field.
Oh no,
what?
this is okay. Yeah.
What?
No. Well, yeah,
what?
I'm not. Listen, okay. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly that's way off.
What did you just see? What are the numbers? Are they these don't feel like real numbers at all.
I don't know if we go by our former coworker Sean Pendergast. I think this is where the Texans are a 1.5 point underdog to the Bills. It is from DraftKings.
It's from DraftKings.
It looks like.
I would unload everything
in his article. Looks like he's quoting DraftKings. The Texans are favored in 13 out of their 17 games this year.
So the Bengals, we're making the Bengals on a neutral field the favorite over the Texans. That's crazy. That's crazy. Watch I'll bet you the line's closer to my number than it is that number by the time it kicks off.
Yeah, this is 13. 13 they're favored in.
And just so happens that game one they are not.
Yeah. Do people look at Lance? People don't look, and for again, this is not. It's not accurate, but it's perception. The Bills are perceived to be a much better football team than Houston.
When the gamblers get their hands on that, knowing what they know, because they actually watch these games. Let's see what happens when they get.
But the public
stomped.
is also going to be putting.
Why would the public? The Texans' defense is going to be a very public team as well. The Texans, you guys are really sleeping on the way people.
Nobody's sleeping on it.
It was literally the beginning.
No one's sleeping on it.
The Texans were a public team to start 25.
Don't talk to us.
No, I'm telling you guys that if you're going to make the comment about somebody being a public team, the Texans were a very public team in 25 to start the year.
And when they played the Bills in November,
they were
5.5 point underdog.
They had a backup quarterback in.
Understood.
And then what happened? It was a butt stomping.
It was 23-19. It wasn't a butt stomping.
Oh, Josh Allen wasn't even
That's
close.
fine, but the score was 23-19.
That's a 9-point differential.
Understood.
The last thing that everyone saw of the Houston Texans were the 2 playoff games where their offense couldn't have been worse.
That's fine. Let's come see me on week 1 when the Texans are a favorite.
Listen, I'm looking at.
I'll lay the number if it's 1.5 Texans. That's an easy win. Texans.
I'm just telling you. What the public listen? Way too early playoff bracket prediction by Fox. Texans aren't even on it.
That's fine.
Not even on it.
That's fine.
So the public looks at it a lot differently than we do.
That's fine.
The national
we'll
public
see where
looks
the
at it.
I don't care about the national public. All I care about is Vegas because Vegas has money to lose.
Well,
let's
this is
see
DraftKings.
Good. Let's see and their stock is down 50% this year.
Well,
so you might want to actually start putting better numbers.
You think their stock is down because they made the Texans an underdog?
No, because they're putting bad numbers out. That's why. Okay. Y'all want to stop getting your asses kicked? Put some better numbers out. Ask some people who watch games.
You mad, bro?
No, it's just a simple fact that this is ridiculous. I used to do this. This is dumb. What in the world are you guys thinking? If you're DraftKings making the Texans a 1.5 point dog on a neutral field, the Texans would be 4-point dogs. At Buffalo, the Texans would be.
That's how the public sees these two teams.
The Texans would be a touchdown dog at Buffalo. That's outlandish. There would never be there's never a time that would be the number. Every time you do these numbers, I give a number and I'm usually pretty close. I'm telling you, the Texans would never, ever.
Is home field
be
still considered that type of advantage?
It
should for a defensive team.
Depends.
It should be.
It depends. It's the NFL. It's actually lower in the NFL than it had been. It's usually 2.5.
Well,
at NFL and colleges, it goes up to 4.
Okay,
and 5.
well, on Sunday, October 11th, they play at Tennessee, and they're 3.5 point favorites. When they play them at the end of the year at home, they're 7 point favorites. So there's a difference of 3.5 points.
They're making it basically a 2 point favorite. So they're basically saying
Home field is
Yeah, they're basically saying 2 points for the Texans at home, 1.5 for Tennessee, more than likely.
Right. They've got at Indiana -5.5 for the Texans, and Indiana here is -5.5. 4-point difference. 4-point difference. 2 point. It's basically 2 points.
If you got
for,
DraftKings stock, I would sell now. I would short them. Short DraftKings.
you mad, bro?
Short DraftKings. Because it's a bad number. We're reading bad numbers on the air. You even sensed it was a bad number when you were reading it.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah.
you sensed it was a bad number. Go with your instincts, Jedi.
Well, no. Listen.
the Jedi.
I'm just telling you what the public thinks of Buffalo and what the public thinks of Houston are night and day. They don't believe because of what they saw. CJ, listen, YouTube this morning, our feed, my daughter texted me. She said they think that CJ needs some psychiatric help, and she said I'm available if he needs. If he needs to talk to somebody.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Can we just call a sports psychologist?
Psychiatric help.
Psychiatric help sounds very
bleak.
Cuckoo's
Well,
nest.
it is what it is. Okay. She's and you know what and you know what if they need her, she's available.
Okay, can we just? Is she a sports psychologist by any chance?
She could be.
Maybe his problems go deeper than sports.
Maybe she no.
If
Maybe
he
he
even
does,
has
he
problems.
doesn't.
I'm not even saying he does have problems, but
Maybe he doesn't need a.
The way you guys are talking about it, I'm taking Buffalo -1.5 week one now. He's apparently got major psychiatric needs.
Well, apparently,
My quarterback's fine. He cut his hair. He's fine.
according to YouTube,
He's lifting.
Not-
He's eating lean proteins.
Mhm.
Everything's good with CJ. Have you seen him lean down?
yeah, it's
hair's
great.
gone.
OTA start this week. I'm sure
Rebrand.
he'll be great out there.
Never
practicing.
been. Look at this. Tell people what I'm doing right here.
Handing it off. You think that's what he?
All he's got to do is work on his handoff game.
You guys are very optimistic about the Woody Marks Dave Montgomery
That's right.
duo.
That's right. And these new offensive linemen with injury histories.
Who their
I put a lot in
who their
Braden Smith's
previous
health.
teams were fine with letting go.
I know, I'm putting a lot in Braden Smith's health. Not only
You
that,
are.
the Browns let two guards, was it Bitonio, Wyatt Teller.
Get out of
Dawkins,
here.
Get
We
out
don't
of
care.
here.
We know we
We've
weren't
got
beat it.
Shador and Deshaun. We're fine.
Yeah, they
All right,
they
we could-
revamped their offensive line, just like the Texans
Well,
did.
what they're doing, they apparently are going in suck mode because they got their offensive line is gone. They did get our tackle, Titus Howard. And look at their quarterbacks. They're basically just saying, look, we know next year's a much better quarterback year. Deshaun will be off the books next year. Let's just be bad. And Myles Garrett's like, why did I re-sign?
Well, Miles, like he is wont to do, is not showing up for OTAs, but he never does. He didn't do it last year either, so.
he was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that stuff.
All right, let's break. 713-780-3776. We didn't even get to week 4 for F's
Lance
sake.
is so upset by DraftKings.
I mean, because Lance got in his feelings about
Because
1.5.
bad lines.
We're breaking.
Terrible bad lines. We're giving out bad information.
Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
How about talk about the balls on Brendan Sorsby? He's suing the NCAA to reinstate his eligibility.
He's trying to get an injunction. So he knows the injunction means they have to stay the execution. So that's all he's trying to do. If he gets the injunction, then the NCAA, they have to get to court. That's all he's trying to do. He's trying to get his money.
Well, right. I mean, he's
nice try, Ron.
Well, the thought was he'd have to go into what's the supplemental draft this summer for the NFL.
Yeah.
But I saw a tweet from somebody. This is the judge that's going to be determining Sorsby's fate, and he's with the. He's got his guns up with the Texas Tech mascot. That's the judge that's going to be deciding his fate. So chances are he'll be with. Oh no, he moved to Texas Tech, right? Yeah, he went from Cincinnati to Tech. He'll be playing for Tech this year.
Wait, who makes that decision? That's on the state level.
A judge. He's suing him. And he's going to go before the judge, who's a huge Texas Tech fan.
Wait a minute. Wait. So an NCAA ruling is going to be decided on the state level?
Apparently. Well, maybe it was a joke. I don't know. But if that was – well, listen, we saw the same with who was it last year with Ole Miss?
No, yeah, this year.
That was on a Mississippi judge.
Yeah, it's Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah.
Trinidad Chambliss.
So that's what you're going to
I don't think so. This won't. This has gambling. It's strictly that was one. These are way different. The Trinidad Chambliss, it was
I get that, but it was I'm talking about the judge.
I understand all that. The judge is not going to there was one that was a decision about whether or not he qualified post facto for an extra year due to an injury. This is very strictly spelled out in their bylines. He gambled in Indiana. He gambled on games. I'm sorry at no.
Oh, dude, the stuff.
Did he go Indiana to Cincinnati? Is that what he did?
Yeah.
Tech?
Yes.
Yeah.
He gambled, was a backup at Indiana. Betting
he gambled
on Indiana
on a game. He's out of. He
said he bet on Indiana games so he could feel closer to the program.
Yeah, whatever. he gambled like he's not going to win this. Now this isn't what they're trying to do. Is just create. They're just trying to create a stay. That's all. They're just trying to create an injunction.
Right.
He just wants it lifted. I don't know that they're going to do that because this is a major rule about gambling, and I don't think you want to be the judge that messes with that one because they have very distinct. They have very strong lines drawn for gambling. There's tons of precedents where gambling has gotten people kicked out of leagues and whatnot and suspended for years. I don't know if you want to be the judge that tries to set precedents with that, where you basically are questioning the gambling. If they've got all this, if all that information is available to them, they've already done their investigations which they have. I don't know how Sorsby gets out of this. I think his best chance is to go into a supplemental draft.
There's apparently a report. He bet on Turkish basketball, Romanian soccer, obscure doubles tennis matches, and Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Those are some of the ones that they cherry picked. He bet on a lot of basketball.
He would go to a baseball game and bet on every pitch.
Yeah, he bet on everything.
On every pitch.
He bet on everything. This is going to be an issue for him. And I talked to two teams, so my editor came out. He was writing an article on Sorsby, and he goes, "Hey, do any of your sources have any idea about where he would go?" And I asked 3 different teams, and one of them said he'll get drafted, just not sure where. They didn't really say too much. The other guy said, "Well, he's talented. He should get drafted." He goes, "The problem is there's going to be a lot of the NFL is going to have to research his background here and what they want to do for it because they don't exactly love somebody who has a gambling problem coming into the league." Like that's looked at a little more sternly than some people might think. So, and he's already come out and said, "I'm addicted to gambling. I'm seeking treatment." That's kind of guilty. That's a guilty plea when he already seeks treatment for his gambling addiction. So I was surprised to hear him say that NFL teams may really wait until much later. I'm just thinking, man, I'd be pulling the trigger with a third rounder. Whatever you take a guy in a supplemental draft, that means your pick that next year is gone. So if you took Sorsby with a third round supplement, so what they do is they ask every team, you want to take him with your first round? No. Every team, you want to take him with your second round? No. You want to take him with your third round? No. You want to take him with your fourth round? Oh, Atlanta said yes. Boom. He's now an Atlanta Falcon, and they go in order of the draft, and he's now Atlanta Falcon.
On the Rich Eisen show right here, Tom Pelissero says he will be the highest drafted supplemental player in decades.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't remember the other. I think there was a second rounder at one point. He won't be a first round pick. I can't see that.
Yeah, I can't see that either, unless it's a really.
Like I said, he's got to get past this whole. He's got to get past this whole gambling thing.
Yeah, a supplemental draft history. I mean, they're not fourth round for Hunter. Oh no, this is a long time ago. Let's go to recently. Fifth round, sixth round, third round, fifth round, second round for Josh Gordon.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So in decades,
2012.
That's a little bit more than a decade ago.
Right. 2015 was fifth. Well, there's only been 3 supplemental picks since
they usually
2015.
Don't. Oh, they'll put them in there, and they usually don't go.
Yeah.
They usually don't go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking at. There's a guy named Rod Stewart. How about Rod Stewart? Was a running back in the 6th round. And then you know what happened with him and what's his name? And Elton John. That was a horrible thing that people said.
No,
let's see.
I don't believe they're the same
What?
guy.
Let's see.
They're different people.
It
You're
said
talking
Rod
about.
Stewart,
No,
79.
I saw
that same time frame.
That's unlikely. That Rod Stewart got
I
drafted.
don't think that's the Rod Stewart.
Okay, I was just going. So Adonis Alexander, 6.
Tim Rosenbach and Steve Walsh both went in the first round.
Sam Beal was
so did Boz.
Sam Beal was a third.
Cowboys.
Bernie Kosar first round.
Terrell Pryor was a third.
Cowboys were 1-15 that year and took Steve Walsh.
Yeah, I don't know that this whole big highest pick in decades. I'm not sure Pelissero dug around on where guys went.
Well,
he's not going any higher than the second round.
Well, the history is there's only been 3 in the last decade.
Well, since 2000, there have been actually several.
That's
3,
not
4.
The last
5.
decade is 2016.
You said decades.
Decade 2016.
Well, how many guys have been taken since 16?
3.
One,
then it's a
2,
fake stat.
3.
Who cares if it's only been 3?
Well, there's 1, 2,
Pelissero.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players have been taken since 2010.
Since what?
So,
2010.
Since 2010, 8 supplemental picks. So
but that's not a decade. A decade is 2016.
Well, John, you said he'd be the highest pick in decades, or you didn't say it. He said it. He's not going to be the highest pick in decades.
It's a decade, but it's not even a real stat.
A
There's not
It
that many
isn't a real
people.
stat.
Not
No
that
one's
many
been
people have been
drafted
taken.
in 2000. That's not a real stat.
Big deal anyway.
He's going to be a high. Well, but he's going to be a high pick, is what he's saying. There's a little bit of hyperbole, but he's going to be a high pick. But we'll see how high. Second, third. That makes some sense. Looking at where these guys are going, Sam Beal was a third rounder. That ended up being too high. Isaiah Battle was a 5th rounder.
Are you going to have to evaluate Sorsby?
Oh no, 100%. Dan said, "Where do you think you guys?" I hadn't looked at him. They wasn't in this draft. He goes, "I may need you to look." And I'm like, "Damn it!" I hope he beats the NCAA just like Trinidad Chambers, so I don't have to write him up.
Oh, all right. 713-780-3. But he's got some nuts on him. I'm suing the NCAA. Okay.
You know, the Houston Texans spent holy crap. In 2003, the Houston Texans spent a 2nd-round supplemental pick on Tony Hollins.
Yep.
The running back?
The running back out of Georgia Tech.
A 2nd-rounder. Can you imagine nowadays?
Oh, my God.
You wouldn't spend a 2nd-rounder on a running back that was really good in a lot of instances. Jamal Williams. Now, that was maybe the best that's ever. Jamal Williams. You remember him from Oklahoma State? He was declared academically ineligible for his senior season in 1998. The Chargers picked him as a 2nd-rounder, and he was really, really good. Really, really good. He was a Pro Bowler.
How long did Tony Hollins last? 2 years here?
I think 3 years, maybe. Bernie Kosar. Wow.
Well, the best ever is Bernie
Kosar was the highest.
Boz.
Was Boz a supplemental?
Boz was a supplemental.
Dave Wilson, Bernie Kosar were first. Yeah, Boz was a first also. Yeah, those are the three. No, Steve Walsh was the first.
Steve Walsh was the first overall because the Cowboys were the worst team in football and took him. So
Tim Rosenbach was the first. Bobby Humphrey was the first. They were just throwing first back out there in the day. Rob Moore.
Now
was the
you
first.
would. I mean,
But they had different rules, like guys who were suspended before their senior season for signing with an agent. Chris Carter, can you imagine that? He also had alcohol problems, but Walsh did not declare for the draft before its deadline. He waited. The deadline passed, and he's like, all right, I'm coming in. Still went in the first.
well, Craig Erickson's about to take his job. Got to go.
Yep. We still don't see it much. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it since 19. It's been 7 years since we've seen a
so
supplemental.
Boz wasn't a great pro. Who's the best pro to come out? There's really Bernie Kosar.
Well, Josh Humphrey, Ahmad Brooks was
Jamal
pretty
Williams,
good.
I think, would be your
Jamal
best
Williams
pro.
is the answer.
Bernie Kosar was fine.
Jamal Williams was an All-Pro at one point.
Bernie never got there.
No, Josh Gordon had good times, but he was such a problem. Ahmad Brooks, I believe, was a Pro Bowler as well.
Oh my God! Jamal Williams was declared academically ineligible at Oklahoma State. Holy crap! Guys left there couldn't read.
It wouldn't happen nowadays, though.
No,
they would never let that happen.
No such thing. Academically ineligible. When was the last time we heard a guy was academically ineligible?
No, it doesn't. These guys are way better students now.
Yeah, guys take it seriously now.
Yeah, now they're in there grinding.
Yeah. They're nonstop. They're just in the library all day.
There's a different dynamic when it comes to major college football. Guys go to class.
You got to try hard to not pass your class.
Try hard. You don't have to do anything.
Well, it takes more effort not to pass than to pass.
All you got to do is remember Cindy's phone number. She'll do that. She'll
It'll
take
be
the test for you.
That's all you got to do.
Just remember Caden's phone number. She'll take the test for you.
It'll be interesting to see graduation numbers going forward, or at least in this era of everybody transferring out. It is going to be. I mean, I forget which basketball coach was. Oh, it was Calipari, I think. He was like, we're just doing these kids a disservice because none of them are going to have a future. None of them. They're all just moving on. They're with have no degree. They just move.
So what Sark said, right? If you go to Texas, they only give you half of the credits. You have to literally do half of your time. If you want a degree from the University of Texas, you have to do half of your necessary credits at University of Texas. He said you could be one class away and they won't graduate you at Texas. They roll you all the way back to the midpoint because they don't want people getting degrees unless they actually spent time there.
Yeah, I mean it makes your degree worth less.
Right.
Yep. All right, we got a break. We got to talk a little Champion Energy. Got to talk about how great they are. I mean, I love Champion Energy. I loved them from 18 years ago, 19 years ago, whenever I started using Champion Energy, and it was just the best electricity experience that you can possibly have. For me, it was fantastic, and it'll be the same for you. It wasn't because they didn't know that I spoke for them. They didn't care. They don't care about that. What they care about is getting your electricity to you at a better price, and they did that. And I said it multiple times. I never had to call, never needed them, except when I moved, I had to call them. That was it. Hey, I'm moving. Change my address, and then they would get a hold of me every time my contract was up and say, hey, here's your new rate, and it's better than the old rate. So. And that happened time and time and time again. You're looking for the best way to get that electricity, not only to your house, but to your business as well. Champion.energy/1560. Champion.energy/1560. All right, resetting. How about that game last night? If you got any thoughts on it, it was one of I haven't seen a game that good in a long time.
Really good game.
I mean, somebody said like that's the NBA game of the decade.
Oh, I thought you meant Josh Bell and what he did last night.
Well, no.
No? 2 home runs off a phenom pitcher?
No. I mean, yeah, that's great. What about JT Ginn?
What about him?
No hitter through 8, and he lost the game.
Yeah, keeps the Astros only 5 games behind the A's. Thanks to the Angels for coming through. Still in the race.
You, Angels. Thank you. All right. Astros right there still and very much in the hunt. Very much in the hunt. Oh, 5 games. Oh, yeah, there's not enough time? No. It's May.
Listen, I'm sure this will be fine. I'm sure Astros baseball is going to look good in June and July.
Uh-huh.
All right. Their guys will be back.
We'll see how excited you are in June.
Hmm.
They're 8 games back. They've been 8 games before.
It's not 8 games.
And then
just a good week of baseball.
In June,
we're back in it.
Then in July, it's like, they're 12 and a half back. The Miracle Man. You got the Boston Red Sox.
Boom.
And
Boom.
Bucky Dent. Remember Bucky Dent?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, it's not. John, this isn't. Bucky
That's
Dent's
the
not walking
Yankees,
through that door.
but okay.
Yeah, the Red Sox were on the receiving end, weren't they?
That's what I meant. I started Boston. And I went Bucky Dent.
Okay.
He was. Wait, no. Bucky Dent never waved anything fair.
That was Carlton
Fisk.
What am I, the baseball guy here?
You are. What are you? Baseball.
What's wrong with you? Why do I know that you don't?
Yeah, it was a great hit. Yeah, his shot was like just was a bleeder over the green monster. I'm talking about Bucky Dent. But yeah, 5 games feels like
just a good week of baseball, Lance.
Like
yeah, that's all. How about we reel off like 8 in a row? Boom!
Yeah.
First place.
I'll be looking for that.
Yeah.
I'll keep my eye out
Wait,
for your
it sure would be nice to have like a little winning streak.
How would
you
you
had
have
2?
How
you
would
got
you,
the 2. You beat the Rangers first 2 games.
How would you put together a 4-game win streak with this staff?
Well,
the worst staff in baseball. How are you going to do it?
Well, it's actually improved
Get
some.
Hunter Brown back.
It's still the worst streak.
It's still the worst
30th.
because it's.
Let's
not forget the Astros put 5 straight wins together
to start the
earlier
season.
this year.
Back when the city was the hottest city in sports.
Yeah, first week of the season.
Did the Astros win 5 straight?
5 straight. Remember they were 6-2. That they went on the road and then
reality.
Then they lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Then 4 in a row. Mm-hmm. Then 4 in a row.
No, you can see their streaks are incredible on the losing side.
Yeah. Now, how about putting together a nice little run here? Okay. Well, actually win 1 in a row. That'd be great.
Well, so they were 5-2. They're 0-2. Then they won 5. Then they lost 1. So they were 6-3 was the best.
6-3.
That's when that was the high.
They ripped
high
off
water
8
mark.
losses in a
and
row.
Then they ripped off a ton of red L's.
8 losses.
My goodness, they put together 4-game losing streaks. 1, 2, 3 different times they've had 4 or more losing streaks.
And they're in the middle of getting there again with 2 in a row. And
I will say this though, they're pitching better.
Yeah.
And now they're not hitting. 3-0, 4-2, 3-4-2, 1-0, 1-0-2. I mean, a 10. They did put up a 10, which helps them. But the hitting has just been atrocious.
McCullers, Burrows, and Arrighetti, and Tang, and then Lambert and
Look,
Eli.
Lance McCullers is going up against a guy named Zebby today. The Astros are facing a guy named Zebby today.
Zebby Matthews. Sweet. I mean, how are you going to beat a Zebby?
Well, I'd like to see it.
McCullers had a good outing. Was it last outing McCullers was decent?
Are you watching Astros, Twins, or Cavs, Knicks?
Yeah, the last.
I can do both.
No, he was. Yeah, he was good last time. 5 1/3, gave up 7 hits. That's good for Lance. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 home runs.
Thank you.
I mean, for Lance, that's good.
I'm just proud of our guy when he's up there. Like I don't really care kind of what happens when Lance pitches because I mean, what of it? But I'm just happy to see him out there. Hey, look at Lance out there pitching.
So they're 19-30 right now. So they're 11 games under 500. It's bad. This is as bad as we've seen it for a while. It will be curious to see. These articles are going to start getting cranked up again about trade deadline. There's still a ways to go before we hit the trade deadline. But we're going to start having these articles cranked up about Astros and will they be sellers and who will they sell. Paredes is the most likely. I would say, is Paredes. Because there's going to be value for Paredes.
I'm pretty sure you need him.
Not if you're going to suck. Not if you're going to suck. Because you know what Jim Crane also likes to do? Cut salary.
Sign Mauricio Dubon.
Mm-hmm. And if he can get rid of Paredes' salary, he may decide to do that.
Walt Weiss says he's their best player.
I know he's their most important player. Dubon.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Do you would the Astros consider trading Hader?
I'm sure
there's value in his. You know what Jim Crane didn't want was a closer whenever he first took over the team, because he said closer for what?
For who?
Why would a bad team want a closer, especially an expensive closer?
Yeah,
he's a very expensive pitcher for a not very good team right now.
Yeah, that would probably make the most sense.
That would make the most sense,
and that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, really,
you don't need a closer right now.
No, you really don't. And now he's got a big salary, and he's coming off of a long injury so far. He still hasn't made it back. So this injury, it's not something he's sustained. This is, he's going to miss over 50 games this year. So and the Astros have a growing, concerning history with arm health for their pitchers. I wonder how much that plays into teams looking at Astros pitchers, for example. If somebody were to call on Josh Hader, he's not a starter, but because the starters have been the one with arm injuries. But I wonder if other teams look at the Astros and say, "Ooh, I don't know if I really want to take any pitchers from that team because their arms are just a mess over there." I wonder if that plays into it. I mean, Hader has been out for a pretty long stretch here, and we'll see how much longer it lasts. I wouldn't think a whole lot longer, but if I'm a team that needs a closer, I would say Josh Hader. He is expensive, but I would say Josh Hader is the one who would really cause you get a lot of phone calls for Hader, I would think.
I would think so.
Provided he comes back and looks like he's got juice on the fastball and he looks good.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a big deal, right? It's kind of a big deal that he actually can pitch again.
And pitch well.
If he's throwing like close to 100 again, then boom.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I could see him and Paredes out the door, to be honest with you, by trade deadline, if it continues to head in this direction. And I'm still waiting to hear on Hunter Brown when Hunter makes his way back.
Yeah. So Jeremy Pena's back. It's hard to talk Astros baseball. 713-780-3776. We really only...
You didn't even get through your yearly most celebrated picking of games.
I know.
Lance got so upset we had to stop.
Lance got all in his feelings, and I wasn't able to...
But you're you seem concerned, too. You didn't sit there and say, what a dumbass line this is. Usually somebody who picks 15 to 16 wins a year would have been disgusted by those lines.
I don't mind at all. Go ahead. Underestimate. I'm watching, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Leger Duzable?
Yeah.
He's got the Texans at 13-4. And the AFC Championship game should be the floor.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's a former player. He knows.
Yeah.
Not like all you idiots who never played the game. Me and Leger, we know ball. We're ball knowers. Ball knowers.
Did you guys do what we do every day, every time after the schedule comes out?
We didn't.
You didn't do it?
No.
What do we normally do?
We didn't do it.
We
looked at it. We looked at it with clear eyes.
Full hearts.
In Raheel, I don't know that Raheel had a loss. We didn't officially make a prediction, but I don't think Raheel saw a loss.
All right, let's go through it. The Bills game, they win for sure.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're on the side of right. Oh,
no, Lance. I was just telling you what the line is. I don't care.
Everyone's
I didn't say it was right or wrong. I didn't get all in my feelings because they got them at +1.5.
Like I said, DraftKings stock, they're trading at 25 now.
But you said
they were 43 last year
you
at
said
this time.
BetGM has the same line.
Now that's why you're pissed
BetGM's
off.
going to go lose all that money.
That's why
too.
you're pissed off.
Yeah, bad lines.
Bills
Put your finger
win.
down.
I mean, Josh Allen's got no chance here. Bengals offensive line blows. Texans 2-0. At the Colts, Danny Dimes, okay, nice. You got no shot against this defense. Cowboys goes without saying. The Texans are 4-0, and at last year they were 0-3, right? This year 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I love about this schedule, by the way? Do you see all of their nationally televised games, except the game in England, which is at 9 in the morning? Who cares? Thursday night football, Sunday night football, Thursday night football, Monday night football. It's all in the second half of the season. You don't put a crappy team on nationally televised games that late in the season. You put a good football team. The NFL, while maybe a lot of these prognosticators don't see it, the NFL sees that the Texans are a team that people are going to want to watch at the end of the year. So this is
no one likes the Texans except everyone likes the Texans.
Well, the NFL sees it. No, there's a lot of people. Again, Fox Sports didn't even put them in the postseason, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
I guess they must be the line makers.
So Cowboys 4-0 after the Cowboy game. They got and Dak might. I fear for his life in that game. Quite frankly, and their defense is just gonna. We're gonna just run the ball down the Cowboys' throat. And you better not sell your tickets to that freaking game to a Cowboy fans. Okay, this better be full of. All right, Toro better be beloved. Okay, on that day, we better be wearing red, white, and blue instead of that crap.
What do you think's actually going to happen?
I think it'll be 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It better not be.
No.
Well, we
It
say
better
this
at least
every
be
year.
65,
Every time
35
this
our
pops
way.
up. No.
Okay.
No.
How many parking lot fights?
Oh, I don't know because they've got the cops on. Well, you can't get in anymore without a ticket, right?
Right.
So they got rid of some hooligans and some shenanigans
Right.
from back in the day. You're gonna have some.
You're going to have some.
You're gonna have
You're
some.
going to have plenty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There'll be no. They won't disappoint. At the Titans, come on, that's stupid. Versus the Jags in England. You know what? I don't see a loss before the bye. The Giants, stop. The Jags, the Giants, bye week 7-0. I honestly don't see a loss. At the Chargers, I mean, Justin Herbert, he always fares well against the Texans, doesn't he?
They're a 1.5 point favorite. They're a 1.5 point favorite too.
Oh, my God, we're going to destroy him. At the Browns, I mean, honestly, where are these Colts on Thursday night here?
I don't know. I can't find losses, so I don't know. I just go by what Vegas tells me.
The
Texans
Ravens
aren't good. The
well,
public
they're
doesn't like
favored in 13 games, 13 out of 17. So
Perhaps
that'll
there's some
tell you what
hyperbole
Vegas thinks.
coming from that room in there.
Like, my goodness, did he get his feelings hurt by
How dare
DraftKings?
How dare not just DraftKings, but
I can't
GM
believe
as
somebody's
well.
so far off.
Well, it is what it is.
I legitimately can't believe, like, I'm sitting there looking at this, free money. I can't do anything. I work for the NFL. You guys have a golden opportunity that you will not get later in the year. I promise you.
So they play the Ravens on week 12. They do not fare well against them, although they won't beat them last year.
Yeah.
But they didn't have Lamar. I'm gonna put. I'm worried about that one because of Lamar. They don't play well against Lamar. At the Steelers, forget about it. At the Commanders, no worries. Jags. At the Eagles. At the Eagles could be, although Jalen's going to be going to his audibles, and and by then everybody's going to hate him.
Won't throw in the middle of the field.
Won't throw. Yeah, I mean, there's no A.J. Brown. At the Packers, freezing cold weather when the Texans are already at least 14-1.
Did you see all of the December cold games?
Yeah, at the Eagles,
It's a
at
cold,
the Packers,
it's a cold December. Washington.
at Washington, At the Steelers in 13. Man, they're going to be used to cold weather games now. At the Commanders, Jaguars here, at Eagles, at Packers, all in December and January. And then the Titans to finish up, and they're pitiful. I mean, 16-1, maybe.
There it is.
That's
kind of how I saw it.
I mean,
I can
hate
see
to
two
give them a
losses.
loss, but I got to give them one.
I can see 2 losses max.
Max.
That's
I mean,
why
that's why
I got my feelings hurt by these point spreads, because I'm like, how can you take a 15-game winner and make them a dog at home?
Let me ask you this. Is a 15-2 season a disappointment to you?
Tell me what they do in the postseason.
Well, no. Will you be disappointed going into the playoffs when they're 15-2?
No. Will I be when they're beaten in the first round?
I'll be
CJ
a little
has 4
disappointed
interceptions.
that they weren't 16-1. I'll be a little disappointed.
Nothing they do in the regular season matters. Let's just be honest. Win as many games as you want. Well, you better not lose games. It's kind of a lose-lose here. Well, it's not a lose-lose. You need to win a bunch of games, and then when you do, that goes out the record. All your records, congratulations. Playoffs. And the first round doesn't even matter. We got to see you get past the second round, and CJ has to play good. The first 17 games don't even matter for the Texans, other than they have to be good. The expectation is they have to be good. Yeah. When they get to the playoffs, you better win in the first round, and you better play well, CJ. And in round 2, you better win round 2. Basically, they have to get to the AFC Championship game this year.
They do.
Or everyone's going to be disappointed.
Yes, no, they do have to get to the AFC Championship game this year.
And
they're good enough to get there.
Right, and you really don't think – I mean, I just told you, I made the point that CJ – now, it's different when you're doing MVPs versus teams, but the Texans are +9 – they're 9-1 to win the AFC, and they're like 5th in the AFC. That seems crazy to me. I really feel like objectively they're a much better team than that. Some of the teams they have above them, I just can't believe they have above them, honestly. The Chiefs are above them. The Ravens are above them. The Bills are above them. Who else? Like, it's not 4th. I think they're 5th. I think they're 5th best. The Patriots, maybe, I think, are above them. I feel like the Texans. Yeah, no, I guess these numbers make sense. Vegas doesn't believe. See what you've done, CJ? You've broken Vegas. Vegas now officially thinks Vegas believes CJ needs your daughter's help.
Yes.
Doesn't she deal with people who have PTSD?
What is the Texans' win total right now?
9.5.
9.5.
What a joke.
I mean, yeah. The Rams, the Ravens, the Chiefs, the Bills, all Broncos, all higher.
Yeah, 9.5 win total.
The Patriots are higher.
Yes, I told you. Vegas really doesn't.
They don't
really
believe in them.
No, they really don't.
No.
CJ, you know what Vegas said? Nah, we've seen enough of CJ. We've seen this. He can cut his hair all as want. We don't care. That's what Vegas said.
Oh, apparently they didn't hear. He's different. Okay.
Yeah,
they didn't
Vegas
hear about him cutting his hair. Nice job, Vegas. You're not even paying attention.
Different hair, same brain is what Vegas said. Which I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. That's what Vegas is saying.
You know, you ever see
I believe in CJ.
You ever see a girl with a brand new haircut?
Pay CJ,
She's totally different. All the mindset,
she does have a different
everything
attitude. That's
is different.
true. That's actually true.
It is true.
If it's a good haircut.
Yeah. And all of a sudden she's got a bob. CJ's got a bob now.
Remember when Natalie Portman had her head shaved in V for Vendetta?
Yeah, that wasn't great.
But that was
tougher.
forced.
Well, yeah, but she came out of that thing a lot tougher.
Yeah, and she's got a face that she can. It doesn't matter if you shave her head.
It's a soft, rounded face.
Yeah.
One of the rare people who could shave her head.
She's still going to look
good.
great.
Yeah.
CJ's got kind of a soft.
He does.
Face.
CJ has a soft.
I'm surprised you guys didn't get
face.
to what Tony said. He asked a question about CJ.
Ooh, I haven't seen it, but it doesn't sound good.
CJ's serious diet is my new favorite narrative. Gun to your head, if you have to pick what CJ has in the pocket of his mom jeans right now, you going with Go-Gurt or protein bar?
He doesn't wear mom jeans, Tony,
He
that we
kinda
know of.
does.
We know of.
No, we saw.
Yes,
We
he
saw.
does.
What are mom jeans? The ones that are shredded? Like
No. Mom jeans are comfortable
just
and
high-waisted
wide
jeans?
at the hips and stuff.
Oh.
No,
protein.
he's not wearing that. It's a protein bar. He's not wearing it. He's not. You're drinking Go-Gurts. He's got a David protein bar, one that's very high in protein.
Cliff
He's
Bar?
got- no, not Cliff Bar. It's too much sugar in Cliff Bars.
Kind bar?
No,
he-
these are desserts.
He's got a protein
He's
bar.
got a David bar. I'm telling you, that's a
Kind
good
bars are
one.
Kind bars are protein
Low
bars.
protein.
Yeah.
I've
Or
looked
Cliff
at
bars are protein bars.
Cliff Bars are low protein too, high sugar. They taste delicious though. The peanut butter. Are you kidding me? It's a dessert. No,
Cliff
it's got to
Bars
not
are-
taste great. If
It's
went
not
to
a Go-Gurt for sure.
Cliff with a single
he's got a
F.
real. You know what? He's got that bar, but he's got a Lee Labrada bar, old school Labrada bar.
You know what? I think CJ does need to upgrade his jeans, though. I think that's a serious.
Buy him
talking
some.
point.
You buy men jeans,
No, I
Well,
don't.
someone
buy.
in this group did.
or they bought you jeans?
No,
or-
not
They
him.
bought
but
Yanni jeans.
someone in their friend group bought Yanni jeans.
Well, maybe Will Anderson will buy CJ jeans.
I don't see it. Maybe Wyatt Teller will buy him jeans, some Wranglers or something.
CJ's gonna be fine. You guys are worried about the wrong
You're
thing.
worried
Vegas
about
is
him
worried
more
about the
than I
wrong.
am.
I'm not worried about him. Vegas is worried. I'm not worried about
All-
him, so you shouldn't be
For the
worried
last
about
3
him.
months is about, I don't know if you want to pay him $60 million. You've
Well-
been talking that way for months now.
What did I tell you? All CJ's got to be good at.
Handing it off.
That's right. That's all you got to do, sir. Take the snap, turn to your right,
I mean, sure.
get the hand out of there, let them collapse the ball in their arms, and every once in a while, we just need you to throw a play action pass about 6 yards. That's all we need. We're
That's
gonna be
it.
fine. And we're gonna be fine. I'm not worried about CJ. Haircut,
Percentage
new
of
hair, who
snaps.
dis?
Percentage of snaps under center this year.
I don't know. Maybe
The way you're talking,
20,
Lance, how many?
35? I don't even have any idea. I don't know. I don't know how many.
Well,
they took
if you're
under-
going to run the ball more and play action,
let me see.
let's get under center.
Well, it's better under center. That's true.
yeah.
The play action game is better under center.
Yes. And you know what? Get that quick handoff. Boom. Quick hitters right behind Teller. What?
You know who I feel bad for? David Montgomery.
Oh.
That man's been able to run behind the Lions' offensive line the last couple of years. He's gonna
They lined up last
he's
year.
gonna
Oh,
come
really?
in here.
He
and-
didn't have Braden Smith, did he? What?
You're right. He didn't. He had a Penei Sewell. He's gonna come in here going, hey,
Okay, so they
hey, why am I getting hit behind the line of scrimmage so much?
The
That's not what I'm
Texans-
used to.
the Texans were under center 10% of the time last year.
All right. I'm going to go 22% this year.
Shotgun versus under center on run rate. Let's see. The Houston Texans on run rate. It was they were 32% on running plays. They were 32%. They
Well,
were
that's
third.
not
They were third in the
good.
league.
When they were only 10% for the total time, because that just tells the defense what you're doing.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's not great. All right. We got
No. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Shotgun versus under center. It says under center the Texans were 63%.
Well, that's okay.
This doesn't make any sense. They weren't under center that much, were they?
That
Does
you know
it
what?
feel
They're
like
going to be
to you
under
they were
center
under
even
center
more
that
than.
much?
They're going to be under center even more than.
No, this is 2019.
Oh well.
This is an old.
What,
This
what
is
are you
look
doing?
how it's changed.
What are you doing?
Look how it's changed. This is an old
Why
Warren
are you
Sharp.
looking at 2019?
He got-
Warren
he
Sharp
got
didn't update
confused.
it. Yep. It is based on league-wide offensive tendencies. The Texans used shotgun formation 61% of, and the rest of it was the pistol. So 90% of their total snaps over the course of a season came from shotgun or from pistol. 10% under center.
What in 2019?
This year?
Oh.
This year. That just shows you how drastically the league has changed with college football quarterbacks coming in.
Yeah. Well, guess what? Get under center, CJ. All right. Get under center. And HRP. Let's go. We just got texted, as a matter of fact, by Chris Fisher. And you know what? Because Chris, they're partners with us. Mike Holly, Chris, Mike, all of them. Kevin, everybody. We love them. Chad, all of those guys. You get to know them really well because they're invested in your business. They really are invested in your business. They care that you succeed. They do everything they possibly can to help you succeed. The best 401k plans, the best insurance plans, they don't sell them. They find the best for you, which will fit your company. And you're not an expert in this. They are. They know how to make your business run smoother. They know how to get the tax. Oh, the W-2s it's so easy. Such an easy. We have a person that's a part-time employee, and that's all we got. And we don't need more than that because HR&P takes care of everything. What are you putting into your payroll, HR department, tax, accounting, all of this stuff? How much are you putting into it? How much time, effort, money are you putting into it? Let HR&P show you what they can do for you. They'll come absolutely free, break it down for you, and they'll let you know that they can do it better than you can. You know why? Because they know the game, you don't. So let them do their thing. You do yours at hrp.net. 281-880-6525 or hrp.net.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back. ESPN 97.5, 713-780-3776. 713-780-3776 is the number if you'd like to get in here.
You see what's happening to Nike, by the way? So, the tariffs were deemed unconstitutional, and they were struck down. Well, Nike's now been hit by hit with 3 proposed class action lawsuits in less than 2 weeks from consumers seeking a share of tariff refunds that the sneaker giant is expected to receive from the federal government. Adidas and Lululemon, who have been sued in recent weeks as consumers argue retailers passed tariff costs onto shoppers, obviously, through higher prices, and now stand to recover those same costs from the government. The U.S. Supreme Court struck down Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs in February, 6-3 ruling in a case brought by a company called Learning Resource. Of the 3 suits against Nike, 2 were filed in Oregon federal court, where the company is headquartered. The 3rd suit was filed in Illinois federal court. Nike was always going to be an early target in this kind of litigation because it is the 800-pound gorilla in the room, said chairman of Liberty Justice Center, a libertarian nonprofit litigation firm that represented 6 small businesses suing the U.S. government. So these businesses are expected to get tariff checks, refunds back, basically, and the people who had to pay for the tariffs are basically saying, "Nah, son, we need that money too." So good for them.
Well, Nike, as of last week, was at its lowest price in 12 years. So
probably giving out bad lines.
Okay.
They give
Nike
out bad lines.
is a book you can go to now.
Yeah, investors are like, "Nah, this is terrible." So they're at their lowest total, and how much? I wonder if some of that was because of the lawsuits filed, because that's
they have
money
gone
out of the bottom
up
line,
since,
sure.
but last week at lowest price in the last 12 years.
Okay, so I want to bring this up again. Victor Wembanyama. How good is Victor going to be?
How good is he going to be?
Yeah, how good is he going to be?
Hall of Fame good?
Better than Jordan good?
No.
Why not?
Well, we'll see. I mean,
if he wins 5 MVPs and 6 championships, what are we saying?
Is there any reason if he stays healthy?
See, if he stays healthy, he has to do a lot of heavy lifting.
I know,
for a 7'4"
but if you
player.
look at him and what he is, this is Kevin Durant and Wilt put together.
Yeah.
Isn't
yeah,
that
no, he's got
Wilt was very strong.
Isn't that the best basketball player in the world if he stays healthy ever? If he's Kevin Durant and Wilt put together?
And don't we have to slow down on Jordan? Can't we go? Is he going to be as good as?
No, he always has to be compared to the best. That's how everyone gets treated.
I mean, honestly,
if we're saying GOAT,
I mean, LeBron is still playing, so
that's fine.
Yes, but even if his career is like Gale Sayers, where it's a shortened career because of his frame. Say it's only a 9-year career, and he stacks up however many awards you want to toss on him. If he is what he was last night over the course of his career,
can't do it for 9. Got to play more.
Look, fine, but if I'm not talking about accomplishments, but if you watch what you watched last night, we don't see that from we haven't seen it. Shaq did it in his prime,
not just the
the
3-pointer,
defense, the offense, all of it put together.
Right, not just the 3-pointer from distance. He was taking people off the dribble. He's got some moves down in the post when he gets the ball. Like, he's got touch around the basket. He's gangly, so you want to discount him as another gangly guy. But when you see the results and you see the process and the methodology, you realize, man, he really is different, and he's super young. He's super young right now, and I just see, once again, staying healthy is going to be a big one. But he doesn't carry a lot of extra weight on that frame.
I just don't think you're going to see a 15-year career of him being at this level. I don't think you're seeing that. So that's why I say 9 to 10 years of greatness.
Now, Jordan and LeBron both played at an extraordinarily high level for a long time.
Understood. They don't have, even though the physical attributes are a plus, but as he gets older, they'll become an issue. He's just not going to be able to operate at 7'4".
I know.
Like he is at 22 years old or however old he is now. You're not going to do that at 31, 32.
I know.
There's a limit. There's a ceiling and also a limit to what we're going to see from him just because his body, I don't think, will allow it.
It's true. I mean, it's true. It's the big – Ralph Sampson had really bad knees, and it came almost out of the blue, it felt like. And he was 7'4" and an athletic 7'4" player. Wemby looks unbelievable. But you're right, even if Wemby stays healthy. Now, he came into the league, 19 years old? How old is Wemby right now?
I'll find it. But the Spurs were so sure they were patient a bit, but they knew that this kid wanted to win immediately. So partly it was his mindset, and they knew the timetable.
And Wemby's 22
We
already.
can't wallow in mediocrity for 4 or 5 years with him. We can't do that because there is a lifespan to him at this level. So we got to get going.
We saw with the Rockets and with Yao Ming. They knew there was but they already knew there was a foot issue when they drafted him. I don't think there's anything like that with Wemby.
He's a different build than Yao.
No, right. But he's the same as Ralph.
Right. And there's a chance that those knees give out. Right. But there's a video of him playing as a younger. He must have looked like he was 16 or so.
Yeah, the one where
playing for France, where he's crying on the sideline.
Oh, that's
furious.
When Chet.
He
that's
fouled
where
out.
Chet beat him.
People believe that's where the hate for Chet began.
Yeah, they played that video on the game last night.
It was an under-17 championship. He fouled out with 20. He had a great game, 22, 8, and 8, whatever it was. He fouled out. Chet won the MVP of either the game or the tournament with 10 points in the final game, and Wemby couldn't play. His team lost by 2, and everyone believes, through no fault of Chet's own, that's where his distaste for Chet came from. He didn't win the game, and Chet won the MVP when clearly Wemby was the better player. And
Chet blocked his shot last night.
At the very end. He has taken it out on Chet since that point whenever he's had the opportunity. Like, they show clips of Chet simply missing a free throw and Wemby just grabbing the rebound and screaming, yeah, because he hates him.
Yeah.
He just hates him. Or at least competitively hates him. And you saw it last night. The Thunder very well may win this series because their depth, and who knows how the Spurs will deal with all the minutes. But I know one guy who's going to try to put Chet in the rim every time he sees him. That's just who he is.
Well, and Chet doesn't fare well against them either.
Well, who can?
No. I mean, and especially when he's playing that much harder because he hates you.
Yeah.
But, Lance, I'm with you. I mean, he had 24 last night, but I thought Shea was just a non-factor in this.
Non-factor.
He was a non-factor.
For those who missed it earlier, I was literally shocked. I went to see if anyone else at halftime. So I missed a lot of the second quarter. I watched the first, went walking with the wife, and missed a lot of the second quarter. Well, I missed about half of it. And the Spurs had made a run, and they got to halftime. And it's Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony, and Maria Taylor at halftime, and they're talking. And what are the keys for Oklahoma City to get back in this? And Carmelo's like, it starts with, you got to point out Chet Holmgren, man. He's really been disappointing right now. He's got one basket. He's not looking to score. It's, Chet's got to play better. And Tracy goes, yeah, Chet's going to have to, Chet's got to do more in this game. He's got to show himself offensively. He's got to be a better player. And then Maria Taylor just kind of, okay. And then about 3 minutes went by, and Maria Taylor goes, it is a bit of a surprise that SGA only has 4 points. I'm like, wait, what? You guys just did all that about Chet Holmgren when the literal MVP has 5 shots and 4 points at half? That's the whole story. The story isn't Chet Holmgren. The story is they can't get SGA off, and if Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cannot be the clear-cut best player for Oklahoma City, and they are a deep, talented team. Can they beat the Spurs, who they've had a hard time beating this entire time? Can they beat Wemby if SGA is not playing at a high level? I don't think so.
Well, the Spurs made a decision. You talked about it previously. Wemby was going to help off of Caruso, and Shai was going to see him at all times. We're going to play you with your main defender on one side, and Wemby is going to be waiting for you.
Typical kind of X's and O's changes that our guy makes.
Sure. So what Shai did, he wound up with 12 assists because Caruso was wide open every time he wanted. Yep. Every time he wanted to get him a shot, and Caruso did a great job knocking down shots. The question will be, can Caruso continue to knock down those shots if the Spurs keep employing that defense? And does it eventually tell the Spurs, hey, we can't allow this anymore?
They lost with him making all those shots.
Yeah, no, but it went to double overtime, so I get what you're saying. But, hey, the Thunder wound up taking a lead in late in the game and in the first overtime and had a shot to win until Wemby knocks down his shot, the big shot. So it wound up with them eventually overcoming them and taking the lead. So the question will be, can Caruso keep knocking down shots, or will Shea start to force things even with Wemby in the vicinity?
Well, I'm surprised that Mitch didn't make any adjustments on Caruso. He just said, let Caruso beat us the whole game. And he didn't do he was
smart.
how many open shots did he get?
It's fine. Hey, he's not going to always hit it that
But
way.
Shea took over the fourth quarter a bit.
But that was also an all-time performance for Caruso.
Well, there was no one within like 10 feet of him. So
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but he is legitly wide open.
And they'll try to tighten that up. But this is the Bill
Or
Belichick
maybe
methodology where
they won with him with Caruso. All right, Caruso can score 31, but we're still going to win.
They won.
Yeah.
Because, they're
That's
great.
a career Caruso. It's
Yeah.
the most threes he's ever made, and they lost.
They won.
And they were losing much of the game.
Understood, but they won the game, yes. But that game was slipping away from them, partly because Stephon Castle had a triple-double because he did it with turnovers. He had 11.
Yeah.
So
they turned it over a ton.
Oh, my God. How good was he defensively? Holy crap. Every lane, he just filled they couldn't get a ball to the corner.
And the reason OKC got back in the game is because he couldn't get offense started because they hounded him into the 11 turnovers, and that led to their open looks, and the Spurs didn't get shots up at times because he could not handle their pressure. So there's a give and take back and forth with all of it. We got a great game. Interesting to see with Mitch Johnson, who we don't really talk about because he just popped up out of nowhere, taking over for Pop.
Phenomenal job.
This is his first playoff run too. We don't know much about him as far as what he's capable of, but so far,
Dude,
1-0 over Dagnall.
This series is going to make us realize how far behind Ime, and I am an Ime lover, but my God, has he been exposed this year from an X's and O's standpoint. It just looks so bad. Like there are tangible changes being made and very noticeable changes being made on the floor in real time to take away. It's the Bill Belichick. We're taking away the best player you have. Beat us with somebody else. That's all that is. And you may think it's a small thing, but it's actually not a small thing to take a player and leave. And what does Oklahoma City say? We're going to guard you. We're going to guard you with Alex Caruso. We're guarding Wemby with them. And he did he actually, when he was on him, he actually did a pretty decent job because he's a pain in the ass. Like Caruso's a huge pain in the ass defensively. He's all up in your business.
That he's out on Wemby and the free throw line. And Wemby trying to run him over. Why? What are you doing, Wemby? Him going after Caruso with lowering his shoulder and getting a look on a flagrant.
So jump 2 minutes in a game.
I mean, that was
You're
so
risking a
dumb.
flagrant. It was only a player control. You risked a flagrant.
You
there.
risked a flagrant
With
on
2
that.
minutes to go.
Sometimes
I
you
could
gotta let
see
him know.
elbowing him in the throat,
What'd
but
you
what are
say,
you
Dell?
doing?
What'd you just say?
Sometimes you got to let him know.
You got to let them know.
Set
That's
a
what you-
standard.
Oh, now with 2 minutes to go in the game.
Sometimes hey, I ain't playing your games, Caruso. I'm tired of you.
I ain't playing your little
And look,
little Caruso
did it stop
games.
anything? No.
Well, they did take a
All
lead.
right, we need a break. We got to catch up. We're behind. Taking a quick one here. What did we miss? We will do that on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
You're listening to John and Lance.
Broadcasting live from the Huntington Bank Studios, here's John Granado and Lance Zierlein.
All right, welcome back. We talked. Did we talk about the Astros, or I guess we did.
We did quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe more than people
More than
wanted.
we should have.
Yeah.
We led the show with them.
Well, because you pulled that move where we thought you were going to talk about something
It's called the
exciting.
old.
You flipped it on us.
The old flipperoo.
Flipperoo is what
Yeah.
he put on you.
The old flipperoo.
I'm surprised you didn't talk about your club. One win away from winning their first Premier League title in like 20 years. They
Everton.
scrapped
This is
it. No,
amazing.
not them.
Oh.
They'll never win. They scrapped and clawed
We lost 3-1 on Saturday.
and tried to give it away, but they did beat J.J. Watt's club, Burnley, in their second to last game, their final home match of the season. Arsenal, one win away.
Good
And
old Arsenal.
Well, if Man City ties today, they win it, period. But certainly they have it in their hands.
Who does City play today?
They play a pretty good side, Bournemouth, who's good this year. So it could very
the
well.
Mouth is what they call them.
They don't call them that. It could very well end today. Your club, John, winning their first Premier League title since we informed you that you're actually a fan of them.
I've never watched.
They really
a game.
haven't won anything since people told you.
I don't know why.
Since we told people that you were a fan of Arsenal, they haven't won a damn thing.
Chance did that.
I
He
know.
did that.
And it was
John
a
Granado bleeds Arsenal red.
and it's been a curse on Arsenal ever since.
Well, until now.
Until now. We'll see.
My fandom has come through.
They are in the Champions League final, and they are one result away from winning a Premier League title. So congratulations to you, and more so chance for the myth he created.
We also got Jackson Smith and Jigba getting his NFL award, except it says Defensive Player of the Year.
No.
That's what it says.
He says it's getting disrespectful at this point. Well, I mean, they made a mistake, Jackson.
Yeah, I don't know. Has this been a long line? Like it got there late, and he asked for it, they didn't give it to him, and now he's got it. I mean,
I don't.
Is this the first mistake, Jackson, or have they been screwing you on this since you were announced the winner? He made it sound like it's been an ordeal. You'll be fine. They'll fix it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's a mistake. Okay.
No one's out to get you.
Yep. C.J. Stroud set the NFL record for most consecutive pass attempts without an interception to start a career. 191 attempts. Are we sure he can't get back to this? How about what the hell changed? What the hell changed?
Well, it's not like he consistently turns the ball over. It happened the last two games, but the problem with CJ isn't he's just a turnover machine. That's not his MO in the regular season.
Right.
So I don't think we'll really have to worry about that.
No, but it was in the postseason.
I know, but we're talking about what happened his rookie year. He has not been a consistent turnover problem throughout his career. It was awful for those two games, so I'm not even worried about the turnovers. It's missing throws that seem to be easy in his rookie year that he no longer makes look easy. Even the accuracy, even if he connects, guys stop their feet. They have to make adjustments on balls they didn't have to make in his rookie year. I don't know what happened. He's not as accurate as he was.
No, he's just not. Well, and I saw somebody say, well, it's because of the offensive line. He hurried everything up. Everything is sped up. And so he's making quicker. He's got he in his mind, everything is faster and it's more hectic. As opposed to the game slowing down, it's sped up. And that's a possibility. His offensive line his second year was atrocious.
Yeah, it was better last year. I think
it was better last year, but
I think it really is right now. He kind of is seeing. He's kind of seeing some ghosts. I think the internal clock is really messed up, as you referenced, John. The internal clock is messed up, and what's happening is CJ, once he gets to a second read, I think a lot of times all of a sudden it gets a little jittery in his head, and he will rush some of his throws. The footwork is not consistent. There's a lot of it. It's broken from – I hate to say broken. You do get concerned, though, because sometimes there are some people quarterbacks who don't bounce back when their internal clocks get messed up. And when I say messed up, it's messed up through, look, he doesn't handle when pressure is on top of him. He doesn't handle that well in terms of learning to get it out. He typically doesn't make plays when pressured. It's just a matter of is he going to take a sack or get rid of the ball. and I'm not sure. And he didn't want to run at all after that concussion. Like CJ voiding the pocket and going to picking up yards with his legs, that really wasn't. I think the concussion really shook him up because he just stopped doing it, and that's dangerous. Because if you're going to be a pocket sloth and just sit there in the pocket the whole time, you better be able to A, get rid of it on time and not take sacks, or B, have the poise to hang in and deliver the ball despite the fact that everything's closing in on you. And those are areas that CJ has not been as good at, frankly, over the last 2 years. And I think it's actually regressed from his rookie season. So one of the best ways to fix that, sometimes it's kind of a self-fixing. You have to get him confidence. One of the best ways to get him confidence is not putting him in position to make throws where I think it's running the football. I think it's working play action where you're trying to freeze teams. Like the best way to manage that, if you're Nick Caley, the one thing you do is Nick Caserio, let's build the team to run the football more. And if you're Nick Caley, let's try to make sure we're calling plays to stay ahead of the chains and we don't put CJ in positions where he's uncomfortable. And there's probably going to be some early throws that are easy throws for him. That's what I'd do. I'd pick out some early throws that he makes well. Show me the throws that CJ does well, and that's what I want to focus on early in the game to try to get him in a rhythm. I think it can happen. I don't think it's a lock that it happens, but I do obviously think it can happen, or I wouldn't, and you wouldn't think there'd be so many wins for them. Although he wasn't great last year, and they had a bunch of wins. Although it came late over the second half of the season.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually Davis Mills started the run
against the Bills.
Davis Mills started the run with all the wins.
Yeah, no. Was that against the Bills?
Yeah, that first Bills game, right?
Right.
Was
That's
that?
where it was a big turnaround. Yeah, because we were just thinking this season's over.
Yep.
And then that Bills game, but it's hard to beat the Bills when you're in Houston. It's almost impossible.
Well, that's why you're 1.5 point dogs.
That's why you're always.
Well, it started against the
When
Jets.
has Josh Allen ever beaten Houston in Houston?
I don't think it's ever happened.
It's never
It's not
happened.
It
happened.
started
He's
against
lost
the
to
Jags.
Deshaun. He's lost. It started against the Jags. Oh, the second half comeback, the fourth quarter comeback against the Jags.
Yeah.
That's right, John. Remember that?
Yeah.
CJ was terrible
yeah.
to start that game.
Well, he
He
got
was
hurt
knocked
against
out
Denver.
of the game.
He got hurt against Denver.
Oh, wait.
They lost the Denver game because CJ
Oh,
got hurt.
no. You're right.
But yeah.
Davis Mills was terrible.
He was
against
terrible
the
to start
Jags.
against the Jags.
And then he got it in the fourth quarter. He was bad for the first three quarters.
that
In the
saved
fourth
the
quarter, he came
season. Saved the season. Davis Mills. Maybe Davis Mills should start.
you don't want. Do you want Ryan Clark to come after you?
out. Ooh,
You better watch yourself.
you know he and CJ have the same agent, right?
Don't let it get back to him.
Please don't say things like this.
We had
No.
a pretty controversy-free show, and now look what
We really
you did.
We really did until he went after Mulgeta.
I mean, John's always got one of them in him. Yesterday it was like, hey, do the Astros have any Somalians on their roster? I was like, what?
What? Why are
Because
you
they're in
doing
Minnesota.
this?
They're in Minnesota.
He always
doing
has
this?
one out of nowhere. And this time,
They're in Minnesota.
See, you do that. And
How
I'm
many
sitting
tickets,
here-
if you're a Somalian, how many tickets do you have to leave at the stadium?
what? The Astros, but you know the Astros don't have anybody of Somalian descent.
I don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, you do.
I'd never heard of Jaden Murray. You don't know.
Did you see him?
He might be.
Did you
he
see
might
him?
be Somalian. You don't know.
John.
Jaden?
Did you see Jaden Murray?
Yeah, but you don't know.
Did you see him, John? That's all I'm asking.
You don't know.
All right, then. What do you think is more likely? Jaden Murray has Somalian descent.
They have an Enyel. That could be.
No,
You don't know.
whatever else you're about to say is what's more
It's
likely.
more likely.
Yeah.
I could have said anything.
Yeah. Or Cam Smith gets his eventually ends up with
Wins a Silver Slugger this year.
Yeah, Silver
Whatever
Slugger.
I would have said, more likely.
It's more likely than having a Somalian.
No, Jaden Murray specifically.
Oh,
You
him.
kept saying you don't know.
You don't know?
I'm looking at him. I know.
Well, I'm just saying
Tell
you'd
could
had to
tell.
leave a lot of tickets in
Well,
Minnesota.
the Astros didn't have to.
Well,
They didn't
if
have
you
to worry
did.
about it.
If you did.
And what a game those people would have seen.
Yeah. Right. I mean, well,
They had
they'd
to
have been
wait
happy
around for a
because
rain delay.
Do you
That's
think?
their Minnesota
Do you
team.
think? Can you imagine Space City Home Network flashing to in John's scenario
Yeah.
a patch of people waving Somalian flags and then watching Jaden Murray go out there and be awful.
No,
no, you can't, right?
I couldn't imagine that.
No.
Well, but they might have enjoyed the rain delay. I'm not sure that it rains in Somalia. You don't know.
See, this is
Yeah. What else do you got,
all
Dale?
right. Let's go.
You want to get to a break?
I'm out of here. I don't know. Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's break.
It doesn't rain in a particular part of the world ever.
News of the weird. All right, welcome back. Oh, somebody just said Reed Shepard over Stephon Castle is like one of the worst draft decisions ever.
Somebody, you mean me? Who's been
Was
saying
that you?
it? Not whatever you read, but I've been saying this for a while. Castle is a Ime player, and they took Reed Shepherd.
And he's, I mean, perfect for that team. They all look like him. And do you think they were thrilled when the Rockets took Reed Shepherd, the pick before?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. But Castle is someone who was, not a great shooter. Up until, last night, he'd been shooting pretty well from three in the playoffs. So even that seemed to have been fixed, too.
Yeah.
That's an Ime guy. Big point guard, strong, can be a point of attack guy. And they took the little fella.
Is the hantavirus a new STI? It actually could be in your semen. Do you think that the hantavirus is going to spread? Yes, apparently it can be in your
What?
stuff.
There's a movie, not about the hantavirus, but they're making a sequel to it. It Follows. Have you seen It Follows, John?
Oh, yeah.
Where you pass along this demon who tries to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
By having sex with someone, and then they have to have sex with someone to
Yes.
pass it along.
I'm going to have to watch that one again. That was a scary movie.
Yeah, and the sequel's coming out.
That's too scary. In 2021, 27-year-old Carly Belmer accidentally swallowed one of her AirPods. She mistook it for an ibuprofen pill. Apparently, it never turned off. Still connected to her phone, when she sent a voice message to a friend, the audio was recorded from inside her stomach, capturing strange gurgling sounds.
Wow.
An X-ray later confirmed the AirPod was moving through her body. It eventually passed naturally. Have you ever pooped an AirPod?
No, I have not. No,
No?
but then again, I haven't had an AirPod for years. I mean, I have AirPod. Oh, AirPod ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never swallowed an AirPod, so
I've never swallowed
not been
one.
able to poop one.
I was
as
thinking of
yet.
iPods. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I pooped iPods. Obviously, everyone did in the early 2000s, but not AirPods.
Did you guys see George Kittle's post about killing a spider?
No,
I
don't
thought
follow him.
for his wife or something.
Yeah, at 4 a.m. this morning, as I laid in deep slumber, I was called to action by my wife, who had discovered a spider the size of a $50 in the bathroom. Without hesitation, I arose to combat the intruder. Claire handed me the slant board I've been using for rehab, and I immediately knew the spider had no chance. It took but one attempt to strike down my opponent. I received hugs and kisses for my bravery, fell back asleep with confidence. Have a day, gentlemen. Apparently, PETA's pissed at him.
Oh, of course. I knew
PETA
it.
is mad at George Kittle.
Stop joking about this.
No, because he killed a spider. Are you people, like, honestly? Are you half okay? Because it's a spider. We kill them.
No one listens to PETA's outrage. I wouldn't even give him breath. Oh, PETA's after George Kittle because he killed a spider. No one knows. No one cares.
Yeah,
It's a
No
spider.
one's listening to y'all.
No one cares if George Kittle kills a spider.
No
one cares.
Not one person.
It's not going to get anyone to rally around PETA. It's a spider. They're as of all the things you could use to attack a star, don't use spiders. Everyone's like, I hope he kills more of them.
Yeah.
Spiders don't have a great lobby. No one's looking
No.
to defend spiders.
Big spider is not strong.
Who's
Yeah.
going to step up for the spiders?
No one. PETA will, but no one cares about them.
PETA, you're on like 0.000001% side.
I
okay?
imagine they do great work. Like, hell, people care about dogs and cats and domesticated animals
Yeah.
that people want to protect. Spiders, you're not going to get far here.
You ain't going nowhere with this one, idiots. We're done. Mopey and Mapes are next, right
Idiots.
here on ESPN 97.5. Hope you enjoyed the show. Go Astros.
Shut up, you stupid ass. Shut up, you dummy.